Better idea. You go to thenewmonster.com, peruse millions of jobs, thousands of words of career advice. Now you're not just thinking about a new job, you are applying for it, interviewing for it, bragging before you even get it, investing in khakis. Good for you. Good for the world. Good way to find a new job. Go to thenewmonster.com or download our app today.
The Brian Bailey Show.
Clayton McCulloch joins us. He's the first base coach for the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, so you started in the minors in the Cleveland Indians organization at the time. What was it like as a minor league player?
I mean, I was, a fair player. Like, there were certainly, a number of guys more talented. And I think, that I was a little older. I was a senior draft catcher. I was lucky enough to have some terrific coaches and managers there. Louis Rivera, who's the third base coach now with the Blue Jays and has been for a number of years. I had him as a manager for like 3 seasons, and Louis always took care of me.
Tune in Mondays at noon for The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. The Canes and Hornets, the Hornets and Canes. Could it be the playoffs for both of Carolina's pro sports franchises? I'll have some thoughts next.
Your radio home for Super Bowl 56 is Pirate Radio. Tune in Super Sunday as the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Los Angeles Rams.
The snap, the drop back, the 5-man rush. He's hit once, he bounces, he's hit again, he's sacked. No, he threw it away. He throws an interception. The Rams have intercepted Garoppolo.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, your radio home for Super Bowl 56.
Barring a total collapse, Rod Brindamore's Hurricanes will be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Carolina has been one of the best teams in the league, competing in the very tough Metropolitan Division of the NHL. The Canes are really solid. They could make a deep run. The Hornets' position is a little more precarious. Charlotte will probably battle for a 7th or 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. James Borrego's ball club has a lot more work to do, but I really like the looks of this exciting young team, led by LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Terry Rozier. They're really fun to watch, and the vets, Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee, lend a steadying influence. It could be a fun spring following both Carolina's pro teams in the playoffs. Come on back again next time and we'll visit Inside the Booth.
You've been listening to Inside the Booth with Jeff Charles right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree? Sustained effort and violence.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny?
This is why nobody else can get on the Sugg boat.
You know what? We couldn't get on the Sugg boat anyway.
It's a test.
What's the point of kissing his ass if we can't get on the Sugg boat?
It's a test. Y'all are haters and non-believers.
Sugg.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in. I am Troy Dreyfus filling in for Clip yet again today. Clip will rejoin us later this week. Great to have you on board as we have a huge show planned for today. Man, we're going to get to the rundown in just a little bit, and I'll give you the guest lineup. But first, let me welcome in my executive producer, Shirley Rhodes. Shirley, good to see you.
Good to be here.
Thank you for being here. Also, Chandler Honeycutt on video. CJ Schaefer on assistant production today. Gang's all here, ready to go. You guys ready to go?
Day 2 of Troy Dreyfus as host. Let's do it.
What's old is new again.
Let's do it.
Sure.
By the way, great show lined up today. So we got a rundown coming up. Got a major announcement. We've been working on this for a while. We're really excited. We're going to have this in mere moments. You know, we did the Pirate Radio Athletes with football season. We have decided that that went so well, and we are bringing it back for ECU baseball season.
Nice.
So we are going to announce for the first time our Pirate Radio baseball athletes. Guys we'll be talking to all season long here, exclusively at Pirate Radio, so stay tuned for that. We're going to have that in just mere moments. But coming up at 3:30, our old friend Newey Scruggs. Newey used to be a broadcaster down east, and believe he used to work... I'll have to refresh my memory. I can't remember if he worked at ITN or not, or I know he's from Fayetteville. I call him the Brian Bailey of Dallas. He works at the NBC affiliate there with Channel 5. He's had a national radio show before. Knew he's just a great guy. Going to catch up with him, talk a little Super Bowl with all the craziness that's always Dallas Cowboys.
I think I saw in his Twitter bio that he is an 8-time Emmy winner.
Yeah. Oh, he's fantastic. Knew he's a solid guy, so we'll talk to him. Another one of my favorite people we haven't talked to. It's been years since we've caught up with this guy, at least publicly, on the air. Many folks will remember Prime Time with the Pac-Man, one of my favorite radio shows we used to have. Hosted by Mark Packer, the Pac-Man. We're going to check in with the Pac-Man, find out what he's been up to, and get his perspective on so many things going on in the world. But, man, what a fun guy. Mark Packer, of course, his dad, Billy Packer. Older fans will remember watching him call many ACC games, and Mark making a great name for himself now. With he's on the ACC network. He does a national show on satellite radio. He's got a lot going on. Mark Packer joining us in the 4 o'clock hour. And then our buddy Igoe is back. We'll be Igoing all hour in the 5 o'clock hour with Stephen Igoe. You like that?
Yeah, way to bring that back.
I was going to say, there goes your Igoing.
He's got to like Igoe better than, what was the other guy call him in the fifth quarter? Igloo? Yeah, he's got to like Igloo. He's got to like Igoe better than Igloo. Or Igoing versus Iglooing. So we'll get Stephen in here and find out what's going on with Hoist the Colors. ECU basketball, we'll talk about that in a little bit, tipping back off tonight. Let's get the rundown first. Let's go down and pull that up, Chan, and we'll see what's happening as we open up the show. So as I mentioned, we've got ECU baseball on tap. We've got our first ever announcement, and first ever we've done this, the first time we've ever done this with the ECU baseball program. Of course, it's the game has changed as far as what the NCAA allows, and we can now work with these guys directly, and we can help them, and they can be a part of what we're doing, and it's just kind of it's a win for Pirate Nation. They can hear from them directly, and I think it'll be really cool. So I tell you what, instead of me running down all the names, we had the guys in studio a little bit earlier. They're headed to practice right now, so we were working around their schedule. They all came in not too long ago, just before lunch, and we caught up with them. We did a quick bit to announce them all, and let's go to that tape, and here's how it sounded as we welcome in the 2022 Pirate Radio baseball athletes. And it's a big day today on the show as we officially announce our new venture. We are welcoming in some new partners with us here at Pirate Radio and some guys you're going to be hearing from quite a bit. They are new Pirate Radio Athletes Baseball Edition. It went so great for football. We're doing it again for baseball. And, man, we are fired up to have these guys. We're announcing it today officially, and then it'll kick off Monday. Every Monday during the season, we're going to have these guys in studio with us exclusively talking about ECU baseball and getting all the information from a first-hand perspective from the players. And you might be asking yourself, what players are Pirate Radio athletes this year? Well, let me introduce you to our team this year. First of all, Carson Wisenhunt will be with us all season long. Carson, great to see you.
Good to be here.
We also have Bryson Worrell. Bryson, good to see you.
Good to see you. Excited to be here.
Zach Agnos is alongside. Zach, welcome to the team.
What's going on? I'm excited.
CJ Mayhew is here with us. Great to see you, CJ.
Very excited.
And last but not least, Ryder Giles. Ryder, welcome aboard.
Best for last. That's right.
Great to have you guys, man. People are fired up about ECU baseball this year. I don't know if the excitement level has ever been where it is right now. I can't remember season tickets ever selling out. I can't ever remember the banquet selling out as quick as it has. It just happened last weekend. Your thoughts and feelings, guys, as we head into the 2022 season?
I think it's just a lot of excitement. You know, like you said, the banquets never sold out. Season tickets never sold out. So we're excited, and we can tell that Pirate Nation's excited too. So that's really a big boost for us.
Zach, you've been a part of this program a long time. Your family's been a part of it a long time. Your feelings headed into the season?
We're definitely excited. I know Jake's been following along as he's doing his rehab, but we're all really excited. And unfortunately, we had some tragic happen this off season, and I feel like that gives us an extra chip on our shoulder and a extra level of excitement this year.
And that's really been kind of something this team has rallied behind. Was talked a lot at the banquet, and I don't want to get too much into it today, but they will be honoring your father this year on the helmets or jerseys, I say.
Yeah, it's super awesome, and they're also doing a bench in the outfield where my dad used to sit, so it's something special, and I appreciate all the staff and everybody that's put a lot of hard work into that.
It is fantastic. And Carson, I know expectations high for you this season. What are the expectations you have for yourself?
Just not trying to put too much pressure on myself. Just go out and have fun with it. Everybody's been working really hard, putting in a lot of effort. So just go out there and compete and have fun.
And Bryson, you've been here a long time. You're one of the leaders
I've been here
of this team. I feel like you're the. I don't know how many more years you got left, but it seems like you've been here forever.
Yeah, I know. I think this is my last year. I think at least. But no, like everyone said, I mean, we're all super excited. I mean, you could tell at the banquet. I mean, everyone's coming up to us like, we're super excited, watching all the videos. I mean, it was awesome. So. Yeah, we're all super excited.
And CJ, the chemistry on this team seems tremendous. I mean, every year has its own kind of chemistry. Every year is its own team. But this year, starting off, this chemistry seems really good.
Oh no, we're brothers. We have fun. So ready to get Clark and Clara rocking.
All right. Anything you guys want Pirate Nation to know as we kind of head in to the first game a week from Friday?
Be there and be loud. That's all I got to say.
So you want the fans to show up, and that does make a difference in the game.
Oh,
I know coaches talked about that quite a bit.
They do.
Yeah,
don't all jump at once.
Yeah, we're kind of all looking around. No, it does. It definitely does. It makes a big impact. I think more so for us, but also the other team. I don't think many teams are used to playing in front of that type of crowd, and it's a big help for us late in games, and we really do appreciate it.
Well, guys, we're excited about this new venture through the new NIL deals. We're able to do this type of stuff. Wasn't able to happen in the past, but this is the first year with baseball that we've been able to do it. As we said, it worked so great with football. We wanted to go ahead and try it again with baseball. So we're excited that you guys have agreed to be a part of it. We're pumped up to talk to you each week. As we said, we're going to do it on Mondays. We're going to bring back the Players Lounge on Monday, our baseball edition, and all you guys will be a part of it each and every week. And there'll be some ups and downs this season, but I think it'll be really interesting for Pirate fans to hear that perspective from you guys directly, from the players directly. We hear from the coaches and Cliff all the time, but we don't get as much access and we don't get to hear from you guys as much. So this will be a real unique opportunity this season to hear it from a different perspective of what's going on and behind-the-scenes baseball for ECU baseball, which fans really want to know about. So good luck to you guys this season. We wish you continued success, and we'll talk Monday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so those are the guys going to be our Pirate Radio athletes for baseball. It's going to be a lot of fun. As I mentioned, we'll kick that off Monday officially. We'll get all these guys in here in the studio. You'll hear their backgrounds, how they ended up at East Carolina, their expectations, and then once the season begins, we'll kind of really get into the meat and potatoes of baseball and things that are happening. Hopefully more good than bad. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about this season, a lot of positive things in store for this ECU baseball team. So once again, Bryson Worrell, we got Zach Agnos, we got CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles, and Carson Wisenhunt will be our Pirate Radio student athletes. I wish we could do it's hard to, as you guys know, narrow it down to everybody because there's so many guys that are so
talent.
Exactly. This was like one of the hardest decisions we've had to make, and I wish we could do more guys, but we only have so much time and so many ways to be able to get this across. So we kind of narrowed it down to these guys, which we thought would be a good cross section of the team and represent ECU baseball. And I think they're very excited about the opportunity too. So we'll have this first pitch officially on Monday. So on PRL. So every Monday for the entire season. There could be a hiccup here and there if the schedule gets off, but we're planning every Monday to have all 5 of these guys join us, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Also confirmed, guys, for Monday, which will be leadoff week. Of course, ECU baseball starts a week from Friday, so next Monday will be the Monday before the first game. Coach Cliff Godwin will join us live in studio. So
he's going to let us into the coaches' lounge?
Well, he's going to be a part of it. We're going to have some of the players. We're going to let Coach come into the lounge to hang out for a little bit. Yeah. So he'll join us in the 5 o'clock hour, and then as we said, we'll have all the players too. So we're going baseball heavy on Mondays here with the Players Lounge. So exciting stuff. Thanks to Bryson, Zach, CJ, Ryder, and Carson for being a part of it. Really pumped up to have those guys on our team. All right, so that's the first thing we wanted to talk about today in our rundown. ECU basketball getting back underway tonight. Pirates now a 7-point underdog at Tulsa.
Yeah, it came out yesterday that the Pirates would be 5.5-point underdogs on the road at Tulsa tonight. Now it has gone up 1.5, so now the Pirates are 7-point dogs on the road against the Golden Hurricanes. So can they break the skid? Ever since that magical comeback win against Memphis on that awesome Saturday, 72-71, Pirates get the victory over Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers. Ever since then, the Pirates have lost 6 in a row. Can they end the streak tonight? We shall see.
And I hate to say it, but you can point back to when Brandon Suggs went down and got hurt. The team has not been the same since. And they have not won a game since. They were up at that point. He goes out. They blow a big lead. They lose that game. They haven't won since.
Yeah.
Brandon Suggs, hopefully, can get back on this team soon, because I don't know, one, he's a great player, but obviously they're missing something since he's been gone.
Yeah, people can think that that's an opinion of yours. Actually, it is a fact. You are correct. I mean, ever since he left that UCF game, the Pirates were dominating in that game on that Wednesday night against you, or on that Tuesday night against UCF, and then obviously UCF kind of returned the favor that the Pirates did against Memphis. They came back and ended up winning in overtime, and it's like you said, Troy, it seems like Brandon Suggs is that glue to this basketball program because he gives you a lot of things that he can do defensively and then offensively as well. He lets the guys get open and creates a positive product on the court for ECU basketball. So we shall see. I don't think he'll be playing tonight on the road against Tulsa, but we're going to need to have him back, especially as we are coming down the home stretch of the regular season and then obviously hitting conference tournament play. So
I'm not expecting any miracles tonight. This has been a long road trip for ECU. So they went on the road to play Tulane on Saturday.
We had our watch along.
They stayed on the road. They never came back. So this is like a 5-day road trip for them. Then they moved on to Tulsa, which was probably the right thing to do. There's no point of coming back here and then going all the way back out to Tulsa. But it's just, my point is, it's a long road trip for a basketball team to be on the road that long. So Pirates, I probably won't head back, I would assume, till tomorrow. So we'll see how things go in Tulsa. The next home game will be Saturday. I believe SMU is rolling into town.
And they're hot.
Yeah, so this is a tough stretch here. East Carolina basketball, unfortunately, kind of hit the skids. Maybe they can turn it around up in Oklahoma tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But it's a late start. It's an ESPN Plus game. What is it, 8 o'clock start or something?
I think it is a 9 o'clock
9 o'clock start, our time.
Yes.
8 o'clock. I was
8
right.
o'clock.
Oh, thank you, Shirley. So I was right. Chandler, my breaking news boy, was wrong.
I was wrong. I thought I heard that it was a 9 o'clock start,
Yeah.
but
How are you going to be part of the breaking news
According
boys?
to the ECU release, it is 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah. How are you going to be part of the breaking news boys when you can't get the time right?
Well, first of all, I founded the Breaking News Boys. So, even the founder can be wrong at some point. Just like the founder of Pirate Radio. So
that's true.
But looking at Tulsa, as we wrap up the basketball talk, looking at Tulsa, this is also a team that's struggling. In their last 10 games, they've won one game, and that's against USF. So they're struggling as well. So it's going to be a battle of the bottom of the barrel of the American Conference. Didn't think ECU would be in this position, especially the way they started conference play.
Yeah.
Against the win against with the win against Tulane, and now Tulane's hot, and then the Pirates are not. So. Pirates in action tonight against the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa, and they are a 7-point favorite. Let's see if we can break the skid.
All right, we got NFL news. What's been going on in the NFL? Of course, Super Bowl week continues.
Well, a guy that you are familiar with, Lovie Smith, is going to be officially announced as the next head coach for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I thought it was a weird choice, though. I mean, he's been retread so many times.
Yeah. I thought that he was still at Illinois.
I think they let him go.
They did. They let him go last year.
Yeah.
He was there from 2016 to 2020, and then actually was on the staff for the Houston Texans last year. Let me look him up.
Look, I like Lovie Smith, and I thought he did a great job with the Bears, but I just what's happened after there hasn't been anything amazing. And if I'm a Texans fan, I'm going to be like, this is not a wow hire.
Yeah, well, first of all, I did not know he was with the Bears for so long. 2004 to 2012, I believe I saw. So, and then really hasn't been.
He did take the Bears to the Super Bowl. A lot of people forget Rex Grossman, the quarterback that year, which just goes to show you how good the Bears defense was that year.
Yeah.
But they started that game hot. We were watching that the other day.
Lovie Smith, 63 years old.
Remember Devin with the run back?
Devin Harris?
Hester.
No, Devin Harris. Devin Hester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first play of the Super Bowl ran the kickoff back.
I do remember.
God, I was like, oh, here we go. This is going to be, it's our time.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah. That's why they play 4 quarters.
So Lovie is 63 years old. He's getting up there in age, but listen to this. He
looks a lot older with that beard.
He went to
school. Because he's got that stark white beard, which makes him look easily 15 years older.
Yeah, he kind of looks like maybe like a Tony Collins with a gray beard.
Yeah, but it's longer, so his is like goes out further than Tony's. But I've told Tony, man, he'll look 15 years younger if he shaved.
Mm-hmm.
But, some people like to look older.
He went to college, and I asked you this yesterday.
He went to an American school.
American school.
Yeah.
And it's
wait, ask me again. You told me. Let's see if I can remember.
All right. What American Athletic Conference school did Lovie Smith attend?
Okay, I thought it was Tulane, but I'm going to go Tulsa.
Tulsa is
school.
correct.
I knew it was a T school. Temple was going to be my next guess.
I wonder if he will be tuned in tonight for East Carolina versus Tulsa on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it. In other news in the NFL, I did see this, Troy, that Joe Judge, who was just let go as the New York Giants head coach, is looking to go back to New England as an offensive assistant. So Joe
Is he taking whatchamacallit's job that left for Josh McDaniels?
Well, he was the offensive coordinator. He's looking to be an offensive assistant.
Well, offensive coordinator is an offensive. You're an assistant coach.
Yeah, but the title would be offensive coordinator. They wouldn't say offensive assistant.
Right. I wouldn't. Well, I'm saying, wouldn't he be good for that? As a former head coach?
I don't know. When he took the job as the Giants head coach, he was their special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
In New England. So I don't know. Maybe he's getting into the offensive side of the ball to make his way up and to be an offensive coordinator one day.
All right. What else we got going on? Any other NFL news? It's been a quiet Super Bowl week so far.
We do have another.
There's not been a lot of off the field problems. Sometimes during these weeks you hear players getting in trouble or things happening.
Yeah,
it's been pretty calm.
Not with those that are participating.
That's what I mean with the Super Bowl teams. There's always something going on with somebody else.
Oh yeah.
But off the field,
Alvin Kamara's in a lot of hot water. But other than that,
have we started seeing media day coverage of players?
I thought it started didn't it start last night? It was the Monday or Tuesday.
Probably did. I think I did see some stuff where players were being interviewed.
But it's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. It's not as big as it used to be.
So we have completed the coaching search in the NFL with Dennis Allen being hired as the Saints defensive coordinator. Allen was the defensive coordinator for the Saints for about 6 or 7 years, since 2015.
Wait, hired as what? Their head coach?
As their head coach.
Oh, okay. You said hired as a defensive coordinator. You meant head coach.
Yeah, I meant head coach.
Okay.
He's been the defensive coordinator since 2015.
Right. Once again, if you're going to be the breaking news boy, we've got to get it right. A lot of pressure.
People make mistakes.
This is your second mistake, and we're not even through the open.
Well, I'm trying to carry us through, this first segment.
I'm just saying, Clip would hold you accountable. I need to hold you accountable.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Am I right?
That's right.
You're not getting a free pass because Clip's not here.
Yeah, I know, and I don't deserve one.
And I will be reporting back to him. Just because I'm the substitute teacher doesn't mean you're going to be able to walk all over me.
We used to give the substitute teacher hell.
I know. I feel so bad for substitute teachers.
I know.
They just get it, don't they?
I didn't
They're the
necessarily-
nicest people, like the substitute teachers.
I didn't necessarily give her hell. The
No,
other kids in the class.
I know.
I
They're
would try to help her out. It's like he'll be okay.
And you knew what teachers you could get away with. There were some teachers, boy, you better not mess around in that class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think I'd be a teacher where, boy, you better not mess around in Troy D's class.
Yeah. Don't
But then
push
I'd probably be
that
a big
guy around.
softy. I don't know. That's a tough job.
That's a tough job in a tough league
in a
tough school system, Jeff.
Oh,
man. All right, finishing up the rundown.
Yes, the rundown. Let's not have any more mistakes.
Looking back into the American schedule tonight, we do have one more game other than East Carolina Tulsa. That is UCF is at home as a 1.5 point favorite against Wichita State. So that's all that's going on.
Wichita State on some hard times right now.
They are 12-8 overall, 3-5 in the conference.
Yeah.
UCF standing at 13-8 and 5-6 in the conference.
And of course, our game got postponed with them. Remember,
it was supposed to be the first conference game.
It was a COVID situation back then.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it being rescheduled yet. Have you guys?
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that. But
I have thought about it.
You do a lot of thinking.
I do a lot of thinking,
especially when it comes to gift exchange. But going back over the Buccaneers.
Let me be the first to say happy birthday to you, by the way, Chandler.
Oh man, 6 months early.
Yep,
appreciate it.
See, I just wanted to be the first.
We'll see how it is whenever September comes.
Yeah,
let's see if you can remember that my birthday's in September.
That I wish you a happy birthday in February.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, going over the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard again, we're looking at top 25 action. We have UConn at home against Marquette. That's a top 25 matchup right there, as UConn is 24th in the country, Marquette 18. Connecticut, 7-point favorite at home over Marquette. Arkansas is at home against number 1 Auburn. How about Auburn, number 1 in the country? Bruce Pearl getting it done with the Tigers.
Yeah.
22-1 overall, 10-0 in the SEC. And they're only a 1.5 point favorite on the road tonight against Arkansas, who's 18-5 overall, 7-3 in the conference. Kentucky is on the road against South Carolina. That game will tip off at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Wisconsin and Michigan State. Michigan State 17th in the country, Wisconsin 14th. That game is also going to be tipping off at 7 o'clock. Villanova on the road against St. John's. Villanova 15th in the country. They are a 4.5 point favorite on the road at St. John's. Illinois and Purdue are playing. Purdue at home. They are currently number 3 in the country, with Illinois being number 13 in the country. And Purdue holds a 5.5 point favorite at home. So that's a little look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, brought to you by Da Buck.
Join the Buck for the biggest Super Bowl party in town. The Buck has a 15-foot 4K TV screen with over 18 TVs also available, so you won't miss any of the action, and especially Super Bowl Sunday. Then live music following the big game. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in the ENC, with live music 7 days a week. The Buck never closes. It's open every day, and they've got a big party going on for the big game. So stop on there if you're looking for something different, something fun to do. I watched the end of the Duke-Virginia game last night. I don't know if you saw any of that. I happened to catch the end, which is really all you needed to see. And look, I got to tell you, the Blue Devils grabbed defeat out of the jaws of victory. They had that. They had that game won. They had that, and they got lazy and sloppy at the end. And this is a great, even as good of a coach as Coach K is. And Shirley, cue up Coach K for later in the show because I'm bringing him up again, and I want fans to remember not only my great question, but also his great response and how he loves the East Carolina folks as we do a little tribute to Coach K. Unlike the UNC ungrateful fans that were so rude,
disgusting,
and just absolutely horrible to Coach K, using profanity and just smearing that university. I don't know if they recover from that, quite honestly. But anyway, we'll give him a proper tribute on this program later. But as good as he is as a coach, the team still got sloppy, didn't take care of the ball, didn't pay attention, and had the game easily won and lost it.
Well, congratulations.
Well, I mean, honestly, they had it won when I can't remember the guy, but he gets the rebound on a missed layup or shot. I can't remember, but the guy fell out of bounds, and I believe it was the same guy that hit the shot, which is Beacom, I believe is his last name, Reese Beacom.
I'll tell you who looked good, though, Jaden Gardner.
He did. He finished with 17 points in that game.
Former Pirate takes it to the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
So, imagine if he was still at ECU right now. And Suggs wasn't hurt.
I can't promise that anything would be better.
I know. He was here last year.
Yeah.
All right. So I was just saying, what if?
You always love to say what if. If you could imagine.
Could you imagine? A little bit better weather today. I can imagine that. At least the rain's gone.
Still kind of dark, though.
Dark, overcast.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
That's a lie. Hopefully, sun will return tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing the sunshine again. I think I'm vitamin D deficient right now. I read somewhere if you don't have enough vitamin D, it really affects you. Like it's bad.
It does. It does.
I know you need to take like vitamin D supplements. I like to get like natural vitamin D from the sun, but that's been hard to come by lately.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing.
Right. Yeah, just a little note. Make sure you get your vitamin D, kids. All right, let's take a break. We come back. I got Newey Scruggs live from Dallas, Texas. For all you Cowboy fans that say I don't ever do enough for the Cowboys, I kind of got it. Almost works for the Cowboys. He's one of their lead reporters. Talked to Newy Scruggs about that and a lot of other stuff. Friend of the program. Great guy. You might remember he had a national radio show we used to carry on Pirate Radio. We'll catch up with Newey. And then coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, our buddy Mark Packer, the Pac-Man, makes his return. And then 5 o'clock, Igoe is here. Alert the women and children. Igoe will be back in hour 3. We got a lot to do. This is PRL. We roll on right after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Troy.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Great to be here with you. Thanks to everybody tuned in wherever you might be. Perhaps 92.7 FM, Greenville, Winterville, 104.1 in Washington, of course, 1250 and 930 in Washington, Farmville, and online on Facebook Live, our video feed, also on YouTube Live, or online at pr927fm.com, or the TuneIn app. There's so many, like 7-8 different places you can watch or listen to this program in our station. We appreciate it. And one of the cool things about being in this business is getting to meet, interact, and talk with really different folks and people I would never have an opportunity probably to meet otherwise. And one of these guys is coming up next. I call him, he's one of the great guys in our business, just super likable and does such an awesome job. He is Newey Scruggs. He is the anchor over at the sports anchor at the Big Five over at NBC in Dallas, Fort Worth. Newey, first of all, it's been a while, but welcome back to the show.
Hey, it is always fun to come on with you guys. First off, congratulations for surviving in the business, man. This is a tough industry, and to do it as long as you guys have been doing it and you're doing it at that level and rocking it, man. I'm just thrilled for you. And anyway, man, it's home. When home calls, man, you pick up the phone. You want them to take care of home.
As we mentioned, you got great ties back here to North Carolina, and folks, listeners of Pirate Radio may remember your national radio show, which we loved. You had a great run with that. And for folks that don't know, give your history, Newey, of your ties back here to North Carolina. I'm already getting blown up by Billy Weaver. Make sure you tell Newey I said hello. So mission accomplished. Billy Weaver says hello to you.
Man, Billy is one of the hardest working dudes. I remember when Billy was just an intern trying to get in this business, and to see Billy carve out the life he has, man, it's been amazing. It's been an honor for me to be a part of it. But my dad's in the Army. So my dad was in the military, and twice he was stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and they still lived out in Fayetteville. So lived there twice, ended up going to high school in Fayetteville, and went to college at UNC Pembroke, and still get back when I can. Spent 8 years on the board of trustees at the University of North Carolina, Pembroke. And what's interesting at Pembroke is so many of the leaders that had come through the school were East Carolina graduates. So in a lot of ways, a lot of the leadership that was formed in that school had come and spawned from people like Ray Pennington and Dan Kinney, who are East Carolina graduates.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool connection right there. For folks that don't know now, as I mentioned, you're the lead reporter over at NBC in Dallas, one of the major markets, and big-time job in sports. And right now, we're talking to you. You're live in L.A. You're covering the Super Bowl again for your station. That's going to be kind of a cool experience. How many years now is it, Newey, where you've been able to cover the Super Bowl for work?
Honestly, and it sounds crazy, I can't count how many that I've been able to be at. But the first one I ever went to was Super Bowl 32 in San Diego. By the way, remember the old cornerback Hall from Washington? He just walked by me here.
Oh, okay.
What was his name? Hall. You know what I'm talking about. He's on ESPN, so we're right over here by ESPN where they do all the taping.
Yeah.
Because I just left the convention center, so Hall's walking by here, and I'm going to go over there and do an interview early on. But back to your question. Yeah, I went to Super Bowl 32, 33, and I went to the Eli one, the second when he beat the Patriots, or Super Bowl 50 with Von Miller. I mean, I've been to a bunch of these suckers, man. It's been one of the great joys of my life. You never forget your first one, and that was the one where John Elway and the Broncos were 14-point underdogs, and Terrell Davis ended up winning it, and TD and I became friends later on, and he was a part of my NBC sports radio show. So for me, coming out here, it's always been great to be at the Super Bowls. It was tough for the Carolina loss, being at that one, Super Bowl 50 with Von Miller, and the Broncos won that one. But it truly is a great American event to be at the halftime show. I would tell you, it's a bucket list item. If you can ever cross it off your sports bucket list, do it. It's a tremendous event. They do a great job. It's too much money.
Yeah, it is too much money.
Way too much money.
Yeah, you're doing it the best way. You're getting paid to be there, and your expenses are covered. If you can ever do that for sure. That's awesome. And you mentioned to me earlier before we were on the air, you just passed Lincoln Riley, one of East Carolina's former coaches.
Yeah, so that was always my in with Lincoln when he would come into town, was to talk about the Pirates. And there's so much pressure with the OU job, but to talk about the Pirates would always bring a smile to his face, and working with Ruffin and obviously you guys, you were there. Those were great years, man.
Yeah.
Those were some great years, and who knew at the time he would end up being, the rock star that he's been in the business. But he's there wearing his SC gear. People in Dallas, Fort Worth Sooner fans are mad at him, but I'm not mad at him because I worked out here in Los Angeles before when Shaq and Kobe first got here. So I understand the appeal and everything that goes with it. Plus Oklahoma going to the SEC. That man is smart. Get out of here. I don't want none of that. I'm going to go out here to Los Angeles, just build a fortress around USC and make a run there.
Newey, you're covering the Dallas Cowboys have for a long time. That's the story. Look, Dallas is a national story, whether fans like it or not. People either love them or hate them, but they're following them either way. And they get the eyeballs still for the games. There's no doubt about it. What is the situation? I know they were disappointed this year, another disappointing season. What's the situation over in Dallas right now?
Same as it always is. You mentioned the word disappointment. I mean, this is just the Cowboys are that movie trailer you see, like, coming this fall, bigger, better, the action like never before. Then you go to the movie and you're like, oh man, that was a letdown.
Yeah, the trailer was better than the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the Cowboys. The trailer's better than the movie. Dak Prescott, defense, finally coming to the Cowboys. You just wait this for high-scoring offense. And you're like, oh, they got beat by Jimmy Garoppolo, who got a bad thumb, and the team that decided to run the ball a bunch of times in the playoffs. So, but that's what the Cowboys are. And they're going to be that way until they aren't. But I just don't buy into the hype. And when people call me to do these radio interviews, they're asking about the Super Bowl and the Cowboys. I'm like, will you stop? I'm like, the Cowboys, they last won it, Bill Clinton was president. When they last won it, you didn't have no cell phone.
No.
You had internet at your house. I mean, think of all the things that we didn't have in the world since they won. So why do we talk about a team that hasn't done anything since really modern technology has changed? I mean, you probably didn't even had direct TV back in '96 when the Cowboys won. I mean, that's how long ago we're talking.
Yeah.
How many technological advances have gone on? I mean, Bobby Brown made records that you knew. When he was when the Cowboys are good. Actually, the movie Jerry Maguire was released 3 months after the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl.
It's been a while. What's Jerry Jones like? Do you get to interact with him much? Being in Dallas and being one of the top sports guys in that city. What he seems like just kind of a regular dude in many ways, even though he's a multimillionaire. What's the guy like in real life? How is he to work with?
He's a good dude. I tell you right now, man. Between Mark Cuban and Jerry Jones, I'm lucky to be around some owners who enjoy getting down and having fun. So I'm, it's great. Jerry's good. It's rare you can get much one-on-one time with him, though I did at the Hall of Fame this past year when Jimmy Johnson got in and Drew Pearson got in. So that was cool. But yeah, he's a fun guy, man. Family's cool. I tell people this: if what you see is all you know of Jerry is what you see on TV, you will not like him, and I understand it. Same with Mark Cuban. But when you're around him, like I've been around him, it's a different thing. It's a totally different deal. So, and if some people feel like he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but I know the story and what he's done to help make people money in this league. That's why he got in. He taught his fellow owners how to make money. And like Art Modell, who's with Cleveland, I got to know Art when I worked up there when Belichick was the coach. Art didn't want to listen. And he's a guy who ended up not being able to hold on to his team.
Yeah.
For instance, they sued Jerry because, he had the Pepsi contract and the Nike contract.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL had different contracts, and they sued Jerry, like, you can't do that. Well, Jerry's like, he says Coca-Cola is the official soda of the NFL, but Texas Stadium is the official home for Pepsi.
Right.
So Jerry, and then the other thing, too, a lot of these owners were in stadiums were owned by the cities.
Yeah.
Jerry owned his own stadium, so now everybody wants their own thing. Look at what's happening over in Carolina. David Tepper's trying to get a whole new stadium and all this new stuff. That's Jerry's influence, man, and that's what he ended up doing. He taught people how to make money.
Yeah, you're right. He was very cutting edge that way, and the way he brought a lot of business aspects to the NFL that at the time were revolutionary. And now everybody kind of takes them for granted. Everybody does PSLs. Everybody does this or that. Jerry Jones was the guy that started a lot of that stuff. So you're absolutely right. We're talking to Newey Scruggs on the Pirate Radio Live line. Newey with NBC5 out of Dallas. He's there right now live in LA covering the Super Bowl. Newey, what are the big stories you're covering in the Super Bowl this week?
Well, for me, since I'm here and we're looking for those Dallas Fort Worth angles, it's DeMarcus Ware getting into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's going to be a big, big deal. And I'm so old now that I was here when they drafted him out of Troy State, so that would be pretty special to see him win it. Micah Parsons will pick up his Rookie of the Year award, so we'll be there for that. And so that's going to be a pretty cool thing for me to see and be a part of. And as we get older, coming back to a place like LA where I worked here well over 20 years ago, to see my friends, just walking on over here. I see one of my old radio producers on one of these little scooters going down here to go to Radio Row. And so that part is fun for me. But, man, just to be out of the bad weather that we had, and you guys in North Carolina be hit with some of that bad weather too, man. To be out here in the sunshine of Los Angeles, you can't beat it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, real quick, Noe, just curious, what is your perspective? This has been kind of a quiet Super Bowl week with the players. There hasn't been, at least as of now, there haven't been any instance yet. It seems like all the off-the-field stuff's happening with other teams. What's your take? The big story right now is this lawsuit with Brian Flores and where that could go with the NFL and the charges of racism. What's your perspective on that? Where do you think this thing's headed?
Well, one of the reasons why they came up with the Rooney Rule is because Cyrus Mary and Johnny Cochran were going to sue the league over their hiring practice. So the NFL owners were like, well, no, we don't want that. Here's your Rooney Rule. Well, it's not working. And there's a lot of shame interviews, and I'll just give you one from my perspective of when the Dallas Cowboys hired Bill Parcells. Jerry knew what he was going to do, but he had to do the Rooney Rule interview. So he called Dennis Green on the phone. Didn't even bring him in. Just called him on the phone and said, yeah, you know why you're here. Dennis Green did it for him. I mean, the league has definitely got issues, and I've talked to many black coaches who will say, and rightly so, okay, the rules change. So you look at Kansas City, Matt Nagy, Doug Peterson, both Andy Reid's offensive coordinators. Andy called plays, both guys get jobs. Well, Andy never won a Super Bowl. He never had an MVP during that time. But here's Eric Bieniemy, the coordinator, was right there. Eric also played in this league. So you shake your head and you just say, okay, well, how can the other two guys get it and this guy can't? And this guy did more. And then you got the quarterback and the tight end, Travis Kelce, two record setters saying, hey, hire this guy. He's worthy. You got the head coach, Andy Reid, saying, hey, hire this guy. He's worthy. And it's not happened. And so that is a frustrating part for many black coaches when they look down there and they see you can't get, you're not able to get the job. A guy like Byron Leftwich, your Super Bowl offensive coordinator, you work for Tom Brady. I mean, the other Super Bowl coordinator who worked for Tom Brady ended up getting a job, Josh McDaniels. So it's just very interesting on, like I said, who gets the jobs and who doesn't. And for African Americans and other minorities as well, you look at it and you say, okay, it's been a very changing landscape of what you think is merit and what you think is deserved, and then what's going on out there.
Do you think anything's going to come out if this lawsuit moves forward that, kind of damning evidence that they may or may not have that could say, wow, this is like when you see these text messages or when you see these emails will change people's opinions?
Well, so here's an interesting thing. Justice is when you think you get what you deserve, when you get what you deserve. I don't know if there's going to be any justice out of it. Versus it may just be, okay, fine, we got to do better, we'll try to do better, and nothing ever happens. So I don't have a whole lot of faith because you're asking owners who clearly don't care, and the fans can say whatever they want to, but they're still watching. So, it's all just talk. And until I see some real changes, I'm going to keep saying, it's just talk. Oh, yeah, even Jerry Jones, we got to do better. Well, Jerry, you've owned the team since 1989. You ran through a whole bunch of coaches. Jerry's never had a black head coach. He only had one offensive coordinator, but the offensive coordinator he had was Maurice Carthon, who was Bill Parcells' former running back, but Carthon didn't call the plays. Sean Payton did. And then he had a black defensive coordinator, Brian Stewart, and he fired him after a year. So Jerry, talked about doing better, but his track record isn't really good. At the end of the day, it's got to be action. And right now, owners have you can do what you want to do, and nobody cares, and the game keeps on going.
Yeah. Talking to Newey Scruggs, live from the Super Bowl. Newey, the Bears are playing the Cowboys this year on the road in Dallas. I'm threatening to maybe come out and see the, what do y'all call it, the Star? The big complex out there?
The Star is where they practice.
Okay. And then Jerry World is the stadium.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about coming out there. I might need someone to show me around. So I may hit you up if I make it out there.
You do that now. Right now, I've been doing a podcast at the Star 5 days a week during football season, so I'll probably still do that next year. So hit me up.
I'll see if Weaver wants to come out there with me. We'll try and get a little reunion back there.
Outstanding, fellas.
All right. Well, great stuff, man. It's awesome catching up with you. Congratulations on your continued success. I didn't even run down your accolades of how many Emmys you've won and different things like that. I didn't want to embarrass you. But, man, you do a tremendous job for the folks in Dallas-Fort Worth. And as we said, awesome radio show you had nationwide for many years that we carried here on Pirate Radio. So it's great to catch up with you again, and look forward to doing it again in the future.
And thank you for the awesome Pirate Radio shirt. I wear it with pride.
You look great, man. And we should say, by the way, you have like dedicated yourself to health because I follow you online, and you've lost it. Like I guess you got serious about getting in shape a couple years ago, and you've lost a ton of weight, haven't you?
I have, as I'm sitting here eating barbecue shrimp.
Yeah. But I mean, you look like a different part. It's incredible the transformation that you've had.
Spin classes work, or as I tell some people, if you actually use the gym membership that you bought, pretty cool things can happen.
Well, you're looking great, and I love it when you wear gear, so that makes you look even better in my eyes. But keep up the good work, Newey, and we'll talk again down the road.
All right, everybody, Eastern North Carolina is happy that you guys are doing what you're doing. Keep doing it. Go Pirates, baby.
Thanks, man. All the best.
All right, now, bye-bye.
All right, Newey Scruggs joined us on the live line there. Fly from the Super Bowl. What a cool opportunity. As we said, to be able to cover that live, it's kind of a, as he said, bucket list item for many folks to be able to do it as your job every single year. That's pretty cool. So we'll always love Newey, man. What a great dude. Just a super nice guy, and glad to be able to catch up with him. We'll take a break. We'll go into a timeout, surely. We'll come back. We'll get ready to wrap up hour one. Head over to hour two. Coming up in hour two, another awesome guy that I love in this business that we haven't talked to in a while. It's like a reunion show. Mark Packer, the Pac-Man. What's he been up to? We'll find out coming up in a little bit. PRL rolls on right after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
It's a new year, and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Pirate Radio! Pirate Radio! Pirate Radio! Radio!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Troy.
All right, thanks, Shirley. Not having a low blood sugar moment, are you?
No, why?
Seeing you crushing those nuts over there. Just want to make sure everything's okay.
Oh, I'll tell you why.
Stop crushing those nuts.
No, I mean, it's good, like...
It's good protein.
It is good protein.
No.
And there's Bo's nuts.
They're Bobat's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
can't get enough of them.
Yeah, I'm crushing Bobat's nuts.
You got a whole plate full over there.
Yeah, no, this is, no,
You've been
this
doing
is
it for like 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I'm hungry.
All right, I think you're stress eating. I'm worried about you.
No, what happened is I had gone to get some lunch, and I had gotten a roast beef sandwich, and I asked for 4 packets of sauce. Well, they put ketchup in my bag and not the sauce that I had asked for. I cannot eat a roast beef sandwich, plain or with ketchup.
God, you are a prima donna. Jeez.
I'm a very picky eater, and I could not eat that sandwich. Therefore, I gave it to Chandler, and I was hungry, and we had Bo's nuts. So
I got you. I just want to make sure you're eating because you're hungry, not just eating because you're like stressed or something.
No.
All right.
No, because if I was stressed, I'd be yelling at you, and I'm not doing that.
Not yet.
We've still got 2 more hours of the show.
We've gone all week without a workplace incident. We're doing good here.
Yes, it's been 0 days since I've yelled at Troy.
I know, it's awesome. Did you get my Coach K cut? I remember asking for that earlier. All right.
I don't even know what was labeled.
Well, we ran it before. We've had it.
I know we had it before.
Right.
I just don't know how it's labeled.
Find it for the next hour. Run it after Mark Packer.
I think Shirley is against Coach K. I think she was one of those Carolina fans the other night screaming F Coach K.
You love Duke.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
All right, we'll find it for the next hour. I love that. I love Coach K talking about East Carolina. Coming up soon, Mark Packer too. He'll join us in just a little bit. But man, this hour has flown by. Hour 1. Thanks to Newey Scruggs for joining us live from the Super Bowl. Also, as we said, coming up hour 2, Mark Packer. Hour 3, Stephen Igoe. And if you just tuning in, you missed our big announcement. We're bringing it back, the Pirate Radio's Player Lounge. This time we're doing the baseball edition. We got the baseball guys signed and ready to go. We made the official announcement today. The newest Pirate Radio athletes. Welcome aboard Bryson Worrell, Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles, and Carson Wisenhunt. So those guys are going to be with us.
Very proud.
All season long. I know, I always screw up people's names. That was a perfect delivered pitch of their names.
That was
right down
very
the middle.
good.
Strike!
You batted 1,000 right there.
That was perfect. I'm known to screw up a name or two. That time it was perfect. And it'll be perfect when they're here next week as we have them again in studio. Every Monday during the season, we're going to talk ECU baseball. And not talk about ECU baseball, but talk ECU baseball with the guys playing ECU baseball. So I always think that's interesting, entertaining, informative, and fun for our listeners. So a real treat to have those guys be part of the Pirate Radio team this year. We look forward to bringing that to you. First time ever for the baseball team being able to do this.
Yeah, just like we talked football with the players that played football in the fall. And I think that was a great hit here on Pirate Radio. I think a lot of people like that, getting to dive into their personal life and getting the behind-the-scenes look from the players' perspective. And we're going to do that same thing with ECU baseball players, probably the most successful program we have here at East Carolina in the most recent years. So looking forward to talking to those guys. And those baseball players usually have great personalities, colorful personalities, and I think we picked the right ones. I mean,
and just good guys. Great
guys.
Just, fun. Hey, you saw guys interacted with them some in the studio earlier today. Just a good group of dudes.
I agree.
And they genuinely seem to like hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
And that was what I noticed, aside from the fact that when you brought them the Pirate Nation shirts so they could take that picture.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and next thing I know, all of them are shirtless. And I was like, what is going on? Because I forgot you gave them the shirts to put on.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here in the studio.
When you have physiques like them, they don't mind taking their shirts off.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I was also...
Sellers getting a little hot under the collar.
No, I was just like, oh, my God. I was like...
Some of those guys look like football players.
Yeah,
they are. They're built.
Yeah.
And not just that, but they're tall. Like Bryson Worrell is
Bryson Worrell's jacked.
Jeez.
Yeah, he could play football. He looks like he could be a tight end.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say preseason they train like the football, or off season they train like the football team.
The mission week?
Mission week is,
absolutely.
from what I understand, is really brutal.
Like brutal.
Correct.
Yeah, but I just, when I got up this morning to get ready to come to work, the one thing I thought I would not, I didn't think I would see like a practical Chippendales setup here in the studio. I mean, it just kind of took me off.
I can be Farley.
And I'll tell you what, I'll just say Friday.
Great sketch.
Friday, I'm going to have CJ, Clip, and Chandler take their shirts off for you, and you can compare.
No, let's not do that.
We'll
let's not say we did.
We'll build you up, and then we'll bring you back down, Shirley.
Let's not say we did. It was a little...
You keep your shirt on, though.
Please.
Trust me, that's not a problem. I just was, so here I am talking, we had one of our interns in here, and I was talking to him about something. I look up, and next thing I know, there's,
Shirley,
5 half-naked guys in the studio.
Chippendales were in the studio.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what is going on?
Oh, that's too funny, Shirley. Yeah, there's some, they're very, very in shape, we'll say that. So,
yeah, they are very in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I'm looking forward to talking to Mark Packer coming up next. But I went out to my car because I thought I had one of those Southern Fried Football koozies. Because, they gave away, like, a crap ton of those.
I still have the shirt and a decal.
Yeah, so I went to my car thinking I was getting that. Instead, it's the guy we talked to yesterday, the David Glenn Show. Do you remember this? Troy D, big tailgate tour.
I love David, but he kind of ripped off Packer trying to do it.
Yeah,
you remember that?
I remember that.
It wasn't the Southern Fried Football Tour. And as I said, I love DG. We had him on yesterday. But that was a knockoff of what Packer did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nearly the same.
Yeah, but I thought I was getting Southern Fried Football. Instead, I got the big tailgate tour. So
I still have my Southern Fried Football Tour shirt. It's
you wanted Dr. Pepper and you got Mr. Fizz or whatever they
Mr.
call
Pibb?
it. Yeah, Mr. Pibb. That's it. Yeah.
Mr. Fizz.
Yeah.
What is that?
That could be a new brand, Mr. Fizz.
Isn't there one called like Dr. Thunder or something like that? That's supposed to be a knockoff of Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I remembered that name, but...
All right, let's take a break. Let's come back. Let's hook up with Mark Packer. He is I tell you what, if you know him, you know you're in for a treat. If you don't know him, you're in for a treat. Stay tuned. We'll get you up to date. The latest with the Pac-Man from Charlotte, North Carolina. Mark Packer joins us for the first time in years here back on Pirate Radio. We'll be back right after this.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at AJ Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
If you like the look, if you like the style, you'll love it for less at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We make it so easy to bring style and beauty to every room in your home. And today, get store-wide savings on brands you love with hundreds in stock and ready for you. Pamper yourself on a new Serta Arctic mattress and get 2 free Arctic pillows. Plus, 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. Now, at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Troy.
Those guys do a great job, University Sportswear. The leaders in custom screen printing and embroidery in the East, based right here in Greenville, NC. You need custom gear for your group, organization, or business. Go to who everyone else uses, University Sportswear.
Just like us here at Pirate Radio.
We do. Yep, and that's why our stuff looks great. Man, I could have used a protein bar. I should have brought a protein bar. Keep the energy flowing.
You're getting plenty of protein with those nuts.
I know. I saw Shirley eating the nuts. I was like, all right, I'll go get some in the back. Because it was a better decision than the Pringles, which you were eating.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make better life decisions. Had a good lunch at Clean Eats today. It was very healthy.
Nice. I was talking about Clean Eats earlier today.
Yeah.
Shirley was wanting to know some healthier options.
Yeah, Clean's is good, Shirley.
Yeah.
You've been there lately? You should try that.
No, I was talking about salads specifically.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah, that there are not too many places where you can get a decent salad.
Yeah, well, there's quite a few, actually.
Okay. No.
Tiebreakers has a good salad.
My type of salad, not your type of salad.
What's your type of salad?
I like the basics. Lettuce, cheese, cucumbers.
Okay.
No tomatoes.
Well, I'm sure you can find
No
that at most
tomatoes.
places.
I'm very picky about where I eat my
You're
salad.
picky about everything, Shirley.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Did you find Coach K yet?
No, I told you. Damn it! You know what? I'm gonna take that Coach K and shove it up where the sun don't shine.
A little bit earlier, his schedule is crazy, so we had to work around it because he's freaking on the air all the time. Mark Packer, the Pac-Man. I had a chance to catch up with him just moments before we went on the air. Here's how it sounded when we talked to our old friend, Mark the Pac-Man Packer. And let's go out to the Pirate Radio live line, talk to one of my favorite people in the media business, and just one of my favorite people around. He's a great guy. It's been a while since we've got a chance to talk to him and catch up. Longtime Pirate Radio listeners will remember him as the host of Prime Time with the Pac-Man, one of the best radio shows we ever had here on Pirate Radio. He's the one and only Mark Packer, the Pac-Man. Pac, welcome back.
Troy, how you doing, Pirate Nation? I hope all is well. It has been a long time, but it's always good talking a little East Carolina, a little college sports, a little bit. Who knows where we're going to go in this interview, but it's always fun having a good conversation, that's for sure.
I do miss catching up with you, and I tell you what, Mark, people still ask me. I still come across folks. I know it's been years since you were at WFNZ and doing the Primetime with the Pac-Man show, and we had such a great run with that, with you guys being an affiliate here down east, and with the Southern Fried Football Tour. I cannot tell you, even though it's been a while, people still talk about that.
Well, that's good, because it's funny. I'll get pictures. People will send me a note every now and then, like a T-shirt from like 2002 with the Southern Fried Football Tour schedule on the back. I'm like, man, you need to go burn that thing. That thing's 20 years old, for crying out loud. But those were great times, and we had so much fun in East Carolina, and the tailgating's absolutely been fantastic there, and the barbecue's the world's best. And again, the good news is the football's starting to get better, which is even better. So,
yeah.
But we've had so many good times in East Carolina. One of these days, I'm going to write a book when I'm done with this crazy, stupid world of radio and TV, and there'll be some stories to be told on that tour now. That was unbelievable.
Well, we'll have to have you back for a book tour on that one for sure. That sounds like a lot of fun. Mark Packer joined us from Charlotte, North Carolina. He is known as the Pac-Man. Pac, I remember when you stepped away from your radio show, and you had told me, hey, look, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I just need a break. I might do something out of my house. And this was like a long time ago. I was like, out of your house? How do you even do that? You know, you were ahead of your time, Pac. Now everybody wants to work from home with the COVID stuff. And you really had a great niche now. You got to run for folks that are wondering if they don't know what you're doing now. You've got multiple national platforms. You're daily on the ACC network with West Durham. You've got a national show on Sirius XM Radio. Things have really turned out great for you.
Yes, I guess. I mean, sometimes it's dumb luck as opposed to what you actually have a plan to do. I can't beat the commute, that's for sure. I got 16 steps to navigate up and down to get to the studio. And ironically, man, so much has happened since FNZ, it's not even funny. And it's hard to believe that was 2010, I think, is when I stepped away from FNZ. So we're coming up on 12 years. So it's been a long, long time ago. But I just thought it was time, to be honest with you. It was just one of those deals where, hey, it's a great run. It was a lot of fun. But, you get challenged in your life, whether it be a personal thing or a professional thing, and you just kind of look for new challenges. And so I looked for one, and I've got one. I have a great gig on Sirius XM, and they've been so easy to work for and work with. And, basically I can do a radio show from your bathroom if necessary. If I was driving through Greenville, as long as the internet works, we can make that happen. And again, they've been great to work with. And this ACC network thing was kind of a dice roll thing on my end, where Sirius XM was going to create these new conference channels. And I was already doing the off-campus show, and they were going to do one for the ACC, the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the Pac-12. And I went to the boss and said, hey, I got an idea. And he was like, you want to do another show? I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I said, on the ACC channel. And he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "I do want to do it." And the concept I had in my head was I knew that the ACC network was in the works at some point in time that they were going to try to get that thing off the ground. I was thinking, well, if we're any good on radio, maybe ESPN would have an interest in putting this radio show on television. And so when I came up with the idea to do something on the ACC radio network channel, if you will, for SiriusXM, they asked me, well, who would you like to work with? I said, well, I've got an idea. I have no idea if he has any interest in doing it. And I mentioned Wes Durham. They said, well, find out if he has an interest and we'll move forward. I said, okay. So I called up Wes, and Wes and I had never worked together, but we've known each other for a long, long time, with his dad being Woody and mine being Billy. We've had enough interactions to know each other, but we really never worked with each other. So the whole thing perfectly meshed. We got it off the ground. The SiriusXM part of it was easy, and then ironically, sure enough, ESPN and the ACC network come up with this idea to put this thing on television, and they contacted us and said, hey, we think this chemistry works. It might work for TV. So long story made short, what was a goofy, crazy idea has morphed into not only a radio show, but it's now morphed into a television show, and ESPN wanted to do it from our house. And I'm like, well, how are you going to do that? Because, I mean, again, a radio show, we can paint the picture of a room made of gold, even though it could be a couch and, dilapidated, the beer cans and anything else that may be in there. But they came in and looked at where I did the radio show, and they were like, oh, yeah, we can make this work. And so they basically turned my basement, which was just nothing more than a room full of a couch, a couple dogs, and a table and all my junk, and they've morphed it into a television studio. So I got 4 television cameras, 29 lights, the production facility, which is beside us in the garage, and it's turned into a television show. So, again, you never know sometimes a goofy idea works, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's awesome. And as you said, the shortest commute in all of media.
Ever. I mean, so then this COVID thing hit and became the trendy thing that everybody works from home, and I'm like, well, I didn't need COVID to tell you that this is the way to go. But so all that just kind of worked out the way it did. But I've been very fortunate, but I really work with a lot of really talented, smart, great people that make all this stuff happen.
We're talking to Mark Packer. He is the Pac-Man. Of course, Pac, longtime friend here at Pirate Radio. Great to catch up with him again. And Pac, as you know, I grew up, we're similar in age probably. You might be a little bit, you're probably older than me, but not too much older. But I grew up watching your dad on TV when it was back with the ACC Jefferson Pilot, type of network, and the legendary calls he had. And you've been around college athletics your whole life. How do you see things change? It just seems like college athletics, especially over the last couple of years, is changing faster than ever with the NIL deals, with the transfer portal, with the money involved. As you take a step back and look at what college athletics has become over the past few years, do you like where it's headed, or are you concerned where it's headed?
All the above, and the sports that we grew up with, Troy, the way we enjoyed it, it's over. That day is over. It's not a matter of, hey, can we tweak it to come? No, it's done. And I said the other day on our radio show on SiriusXM, I said, the genie is not only out of the bottle, but we forgot where we put the bottle. So don't even think about trying to put it back. It's over. There's a lot of people turned off by it. I get it. I totally understand it. There's a lot of people that believe it's long overdue, that student athletes should be paid. I get that part too. But that is the world that we're living in. And if you don't like it, hopefully you can go find something that you do enjoy, because it's not going back to the way it was. And we basically have a front row seat to watch the complete, total overhaul of college athletics. Now, where it goes, Troy, I really don't know. I've always thought in the last 5 or 6 years that eventually we're going to have anywhere from 40 to 50 teams play big-time college football, and that's it. We won't have to worry basically about what the ACC or the SEC or the Pac-12 looks like, because we're going to have about 50 teams that play. And what I mean by that is it doesn't mean that smaller schools can't play. No, you'll have a league and you'll have all that stuff going on, but the big boys are about ready to change the entire landscape. And they're the ones that are, rolling the dice with crazy budgets for recruiting and stadium and facility upgrades and $10 million a year for coaches, and that will be the universe of quote-unquote big boy football, big boy athletics. And then for everybody else, hey, if you can't afford a 100,000-seat stadium or to pay your coach $5 to $10 million, then, hey, there'll be a world for you, too. And you'll be able to coexist and so forth. But don't think that, hey, what works for Texas A&M works for roast beef A&M. That no longer exists. So we are on the front row of watching a complete transformation of college sports. And 100 years from now, when they're looking back at the history of college sports or whatever's left of it, they will talk about, well, when the pandemic hit in 2020, look what happened the next couple years, and this is how it changed. And that is exactly where we find ourselves. Whether it's better, I think it's too early to comment yes or no. If you're so used to the old ways, you're going to hate it. If you're a little bit more of a modern thinker, you're going to think, hey, it's about time. This is going to be a lot of fun. So kind of depends on which side of the fence you're on with that one.
Yeah, I know, and it's tough for a school like East Carolina because ECU, as you know, has a proud history and tradition, considers themselves, one of the big boys in football, competes with them on a regular basis, 50,000-seat stadium, tremendous support, but isn't in that, Power 5 fraternity right now. It's on the outside looking in, but isn't a small school either. It isn't. It's kind of in the middle. It's one of those fringe programs that there's a few of in this country that could end up potentially getting left behind if all these changes happen.
Troy, I remember having a conversation with you years and years ago. And I remember telling you, hey, there's going to be a point where we're going to see expansion. And we talked about where does East Carolina fall. And I kept saying to you, hey, you know what? Right now, East Carolina's in a tough spot. Because from an ACC perspective, it doesn't add anything to already the television equation. It doesn't mean they can't compete. We've seen that before. I mean, that's not up for debate. We've even seen stuff like West Virginia fans going, well, we don't want to be in the Big 12. We want to be over here. Hey, you got to find a landing spot. And, you still got to be supportive of your team, whether you have a 50,000-seat stadium, whether it seats 5,000, or whether it seats 105,000. So we're going through a complete, total transformation here. So I think it's a scary time for a lot of athletic departments because I think if they are not part of the gravy train, you look around and you say, hey, where does our revenue come from? And we're supporting all these sports up and above football and men's basketball, and where does the revenue come from? Quite frankly, the answer is it doesn't. It doesn't mean you can't have a really good women's rowing team or tennis team or men's soccer team. You can have all that, but again, it all comes down to the almighty dollar, and you either have it or you don't. Whether your tradition is awesome or whether it stinks. I mean, you're either part of the equation or you're not. So I think there's a lot of nervous folks in college athletics wondering, hey, name, image, and likeness is a whole different animal. The transfer portal for all these coaches is a nightmare and then some. We have no regulation. The NCAA completely fell apart. What does that turn into? Is there an organization that does control any of this? There are so many unknowns as far as rules and regulations that, we just got done with a national signing day where Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher, loses his mind with the media and everything else, and NIL had nothing to do with his class. He's out of his mind. It has everything to do with his class. It has everything to do with every signing class moving forward. I mean, this is now all of a sudden, as of July 1, 2021, when name, image, and likeness hit the market, it is now the new norm. So if you have the ability to take advantage of no rules, go for it. If you don't, then you got to do the best you can. So, yeah, it's a nervous time, Troy, I think, for a lot of people, even if you're on the good side of the argument about where in the world we're headed with college athletics.
You mentioned Jimbo Fisher, Pack, and I was wondering about that. How does a guy that is in the spotlight all the time, you'd think would have thick skin by now, especially the major programs he's been at and as long as he's been at coaching, lets a guy named Sliced Bread on a message board get under his skin like that?
Well, I don't think it was as much that part that got under his skin. I think what got under his skin was fellow coaches within his own league. When he hears comments from Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban, specifically, guys that he competes with every single year, and he hears comments about, hey, here's what you could do, should do, not do, I think that's what bothered him. And again, the problem I had with Jimbo's rant the other day was, I know that almost 100% of what he said was accurate, except for the one part where he said, hey, name, image, and likeness had nothing to do with this year's class. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, you're right, because we went from losing 4 games last year to now signing the greatest class in the history of college football. That happens all the time, right? I mean, come on. I mean, it's okay to admit that, hey, these are the rules. We're not breaking any rules.
Right.
And he didn't. They haven't broken the first rule.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all above board. And, I mean, it was just a couple of weeks prior to that that Jimbo was saying, hey, in the old days, all this stuff was under the table. Now it's above board. And wait a minute. It can't be one and then the other 2 weeks later. So let's cut the nonsense. It is all above board. And if you've got, dollars on the side and an organization's put to the edge with boosters that can help influence a student athlete and they can get paid, hey, go for it. There's no rules against that. So, again, it's the world that we're living in now. And for the old school fan, they look at that and cringe probably and go, man, that's just not the way it's supposed to be. Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's the way it is now, and you better adapt to it or else you're going to be left behind.
Yeah, times they be a-changing. I mean, what is legal now gave SMU the death penalty back in the day, which was done under the table. Now the same stuff can be done in daylight, and it's legal, and it's fine.
Right.
So it's definitely
right.
A new day. Pac, you cover the ACC for a living. Where you see the ACC going with who's going to take it for basketball this year? I saw Duke throttled North Carolina over the weekend. Didn't exactly have a great game last night against UVA. Let one slip away there. Where do you see the ACC this year?
Well, in my lifetime, I've never seen it this down from a national perspective. There's one team ranked in the top 25. That's Duke. You mentioned they lose last night at home to Virginia. The fact that there's only one team ranked in the top 25, and like I said, in my adult lifetime, I don't ever remember ever seeing or having a conversation about ACC men's basketball in February when you said, hey, we got one team ranked this week. I mean, so it is going to be a fist fight. Everybody's looking for the infamous quad one win, which is basically what Virginia got last night at Duke. You get a school like North Carolina who's 0-7 in quad one games heading into tonight, going down to Clemson. So there's still a lot of work to be done. I mean, Notre Dame is tied for first place in the ACC at 9-3, but yet they're 61 in the net rankings. That won't get them in the tournament, even though they got to win against Kentucky on their resume. So there's still a ton of basketball to be played. But to think that this ACC season is like the other ones would be about as wrong as you can get. This is a season of which I have never seen before. And how many teams can get in the tournament? I don't know, 4, 5 maybe. Best case scenario, maybe 6 if everything falls into place. But it's not like the years past. But Duke is certainly good enough to get to a Final Four despite what they did last night.
And Pac, it's Super Bowl week. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about that. Who you like in the Super Bowl?
I have no idea. I mean, seriously, it's Joe Burrow is kind of a cool story. Got a chance to follow him a little bit with the SiriusXM gig when LSU won it all a couple of years ago. He's an interesting guy to follow. The Rams' defensive front just seems like it's just too much for Cincinnati's offensive line. But you know what? I kind of felt the same way when the Bengals were going to Kansas City and they found a way to win. So, like every year for the Super Bowl, I just want to be entertained. I mean, I don't want to be sitting there at halftime going, man, it's 34-13. What else is on tonight? So I just hope it's a good game. Seriously, I mean, the outcome's not going to affect my life one way or the other. I'm not a gambler. I don't play fantasy sports, so I don't worry about any of that junk. So I just want it to be a good game. So, I mean, whoever wins, so be it. I mean, that's the way it works for me.
You're coming today from your home in Charlotte, and Charlotte's still the world headquarters of NASCAR. How much do you still pay attention to NASCAR at all? I know you used to talk about it some on the show, and you'd have some of the guys there as guests occasionally. But what about NASCAR nowadays? They're trying to reinvent themselves. I saw I don't want to say gimmick. I thought it was interesting what they did in the LA Coliseum, but they're also trying to blend entertainment with it. And I guess they're trying to stay relevant. They're trying to evolve. What do you think about the future of NASCAR?
You know what? They kind of got away from what made them great, right? I mean, they kind of got away from their roots. And again, there's nothing wrong with rolling the dice and trying to improve yourself. But, you know, when they did that, they kind of alienated the old NASCAR fan. And again, I watched some of what they did out at the Coliseum, and that was fine. You know, but, you know, that it all still comes down to racing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Again, I'm not an expert in this field, but I like to be entertained. But when it comes to your sport, sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you need to be is good at what you do. And what NASCAR needs to do, in my opinion, is go back to racing. I mean, who cares about what celebrity shows up? I could care less about seeing some musical act. You know, I don't need to see a concert before a race. If I want to go see a concert, I'd go to a concert. I don't need to go to a NASCAR race. So I think they've kind of reinvented themselves, or at least tried to, but I think at the end of the day, it's just no different than what me and you do every day on radio. It still comes down to doing what it is you do. And you can give me all the carnival act stuff you want, and that's all fine and good, but that to me is like a short-term solution that you hope to find a spike. At the end of the day, you got to have great racers, you got to have great cars, you got to have drivers with personality, and then go race and go entertain me with racing. I know it's a unique concept, but I think NASCAR kind of jumped the shark years ago, and now they're paying the price for it.
Yeah. Well, Pac, you're so busy. First of all, I appreciate you squeezing us in with this, just being able to find time to be able to do this interview today. What do you do now? You got multiple national shows you're hosting. What do you do for free time, and do you have any free time?
What is free time? Here's what the day looks like. I mean, a typical day actually starts the night before, because when I finish with a radio show, it's normally 7 o'clock. By the time I walk up my 16 steps, if I'm lucky enough and my wife still loves me, she'll have dinner. I'll eat that, get caught up with her, and then I start working on the TV show right after dinner till about, 10 o'clock with just some ideas, thoughts, where we're going. And we go back and forth with the crew up in Bristol. I try to get some sleep, which has never been easy for me, and then I'm up at 4 a.m. Normally every day with the dogs, and we start working again, and the TV show starts at 7. TV show ends at 10. We have a production meeting afterwards. I normally go for a walk just to clear my head for about an hour. And then I start working on the radio show, which starts, from 4 to 7 on Sirius XM 84. And so prepping for, a solo radio show that normally is like 11:15 to, normally around this time, 3:30, something like that, give or take. And then their show starts at 4. I mean, so that's literally every day. So for everybody to think, oh, what a glamorous life, it's got to be so cool. Dude, I never can't leave the basement. I mean, it's basically the story. It's a great commute, but that's basically every day, Monday through Friday. And I'm not complaining about it, but that's just the way it works. Everybody thinks it's got to be so cool, but I mean, you just grind all the time. Nothing more than read, and make notes, and hopefully you use some of them.
Yeah, and what people don't realize that aren't in this business, even though, you're not laying bricks for a living, you're not on a DOT crew, it's not physical, but boy, it is mentally exhausting. And there's a lot of days where I just get home, whether it's 6, 7 o'clock, and I'm just like gassed, just mentally, and I know you got to feel like that all the time. Weekends, thank God for a weekend, you can kind of recharge a little bit.
Well, and plus, ironically, weekends, especially football season, I mean, Saturday might be the busiest day of the day between doing interviews or whatever the case may be. But, beginning at high noon on Saturday and ending at basically 2 a.m. Sunday morning watching every college football game known to man, including the Pac-12 stuff, because that's what I cover on the Sirius XM thing. It's, coast to coast, the college stuff. Your Saturday is not even a day off anymore for the fall. And during the hoop season, like this past weekend, we had like 9 or 10 great college basketball games. You're going to be talking about it on Monday. So it's like you said, would I rather be doing this than digging ditches? You bet, because I don't want any part of any of that nonsense. But, I mean, it is a full plate for about 6.5 days a week. And, you try to find some free time. And, the best part about it is when it's time to actually go on a vacation, I totally unplug and disappear from the world. And for me, that's the week or 2 or 3 or whatever the case may be, that you kind of get away from all of this stuff.
Yeah, I'll see some of your pictures on Twitter when you're on vacation. I'll be like, damn, that place looks nice. Like I need to start.
I will say, now the advantage of what I'm doing is it gives you the ability to really, literally leave the planet when you need to go get away from stuff. So that's been a cool thing about it. But I love what I do. And like everybody else, you can't do this job if you don't really, truly love what you do. And it really isn't work. It's just you're constantly busy, and you got to understand that, hey, that's just the way it is. And, I'd rather be busy than waiting for the phone to ring. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Pat, before you hang it up for good, Pac, how about like maybe we do, before you retire and do whatever you want to do for fun all the time?
What is retire?
I know. You don't strike me as a guy that's going to retire.
Well, here's the problem. I got 2 girls, and they both ended up going to Clemson out of state. So I told my wife, I said, well, if we live 9 miles south of Charlotte, it could be in-state tuition. So I figured that cost me about $400,000 with the girls going out of state. And then I realized I finally got that paid off, and now I'm good to go. And then I realized from my wife, well, the girls are going to get married, and it's going to be our responsibility to take care of the wedding. So I'm like, well, at this rate, I think I'm going to be working till I'm like 92 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to put me on the ventilator just to keep doing stupid radio shows.
It might have been better just to buy another house across the border there in South Carolina and save that in-state tuition.
Man, what a mess. But that's life, man.
All right, before you slow down then, let's say, because you're not going to retire, I want to do we need a reunion Southern Fried football tour one more time before, the Pac-Man hangs it up. Where you can hit the big games of the weekend. Doesn't have to be this season, but just sometime before, we all get too old and can't do it anymore. What do you say, one reunion for one season of the best games of the weekend?
I can't even think that far down the road. I really can't. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner tonight, much less Southern Fried Football Part 2. But, I still have it trademarked. I still own the name. I still own the logo. It's on the back burner. I just haven't found enough free time to bring that out of mothballs and do it again. But that was so much fun doing that tour. That was just, oh my God, the stories I could tell. And one of these days, you just never know. Like I said, when I'm done officially with all this nonsense, I am going to write a book. I've got notes from every radio show I've ever done, back from primetime all the way through the Sirius XM stuff. And so one of these days when I'm finally done, put my feet up and have some peace and quiet, I'm going to just go through those notepads of notes, crazy stories, and jot them all down, and we'll make a book out of it.
God, that'd be great. That's one book I'd definitely love to read, Pac. The stories you would have would be amazing. We do open up with NC State in football this year in Greenville, and I don't know how many more times State's going to come to Greenville. The schedule gets a little weird down the road. So if you want to make it, we will roll out the purple carpet for you if you'd like to come to Greenville one more time for East Carolina, NC State to open up the season.
It's a great opener for both teams, I think. And the fact that the Pirates, won 4-5, it's a shame the bowl game got canceled, but that was a crazy world we were living in with COVID stuff. Coach has done a nice job. He's got people excited, which is good. East Carolina fans deserve good football after some of the tough, lean years since those days. So that's always great to see. I love the fact that game is being played. I love the fact that you can have home-and-home series. It doesn't have to be played in Charlotte. You come to Greenville, we'll go to Raleigh, whatever the case may be. It's a great college football opener. State should be really good. I suspect that they're going to get a ton of national love, much like North Carolina did in the offseason last year. Of course, the Heels weren't able to put up with the hype, and it fell flat on their face. I think East Carolina's waiting in the weeds. And, again, those are the kind of games that make college football so great. And we get it right in week one, which is tremendous for everybody.
Pat, God bless you, man. Great catching up today. And, if you're ever down east, hit me up. We'll take good care of you. And great to hear your voice again on Pirate Radio, and appreciate what you do, and look forward to connecting with you down the road.
You got it, Troy. Always a pleasure. And, again, thanks to everybody out there at Pirate Nation for the support for all these years, and keep on rocking.
All right, there he is, the Pac-Man, Mark Packer. Man, I miss that dude. What a great guy. I loved his radio show out of Charlotte. The whole whack pack he had, QCB and all the guys. They had that phone line. People could call in and leave crazy voicemails. This was a little before your time, Chandler. But Shirley, I know you remember it. Man, it was a fun radio show, and it's one of those shows that has a big impact on people because people still talk about it. They still ask me about the Southern Fried Football Tour. It probably hadn't been around in 15 years. If not longer, and yet people still talk about it.
Well, I also think it was, for a while there, it was like appointment radio. Everybody tuned in to listen to the Pac-Man because he was, very knowledgeable, obviously, with his relationship with his dad and the region that he's in. And there were topics that we always, covered, which was the ACC and other things. Of course, they covered the Charlotte Hornets and other things as well. But I enjoyed his show because Packer tells it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have other radio hosts that do the same, but for whatever reason, when he says it, it just carries more weight.
Yeah, it was a fun program, but great to hear from him. I have to get him on this program a little bit more often. Always fun catching up with Mark Packer, the Pac-Man. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got it. We found it. Shirley has done the work.
But you take the credit.
As requested, she has delivered. We're going to have Coach K loves East Carolina. And East Carolina fans, I think, love Coach K. We'll hear from Coach K and his thoughts on ECU as a tribute to Coach K. Trying to from those shameful Carolina fans that F-bombed Coach K. I hope you feel good about yourself. Disgusting display in the Dean Dome. Let me tell you something who would be mad as hell about that. A guy named Dean Smith. Dean Smith would be irate if you did that on his watch. He would have grabbed the microphone at the Dean Dome and told y'all to shut the bleep up. What Dean Smith would have done. Hubert Davis, he's no Dean Smith. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you. But, we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Troy.
The show is flying by as we down the stretch for Hour 2. In case you tuned in late. Hour 1, our buddy Newey Scruggs, live from the Super Bowl. Just heard from Mark Packer, the Pac-Man, coming up in Hour 3. Stephen Igoe, scheduled to appear in studio.
Igoe with us.
What's that?
Igoe with us.
Yes. I see Igoe a lot. We talk. But I haven't been on with him, the air, in a while. So that'll be kind of like a reunion of sorts.
Yeah.
Looking forward to catching up with Igoe. And coming up Wednesday on the program, got a good lineup Wednesday.
Who you got?
I was wondering if you were going to ask.
I wasn't.
Who do you got?
I'll tell you Wednesday.
Oh.
No, I do.
You're not going to tease it at the end of the show?
I've got the big man on campus.
Jeff Nadeau.
Because a lot of people do like to gamble, I understand, especially this time of year with the Super Bowl. A lot of bets to be made. Chandler, you're a guy that may like to make a wager or two, perhaps, I've heard.
Yeah. I'm not like some people, though. I'm not too crazy with it.
Wouldn't you like to know what Nadeau thinks as far as this game? Get some free betting advice.
Yes, I would love to.
He's pretty good at this stuff. It's like all he does is follow lines.
College basketball is his number one go-to. But, I mean, that doesn't mean he doesn't know other sports, and can't wait to hear what he thinks about this week's Super Bowl.
So we'll see if Nadeau has any locks for us. That'll be good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also scheduled, Jeff Charles, the voice of the Pirates.
Know him.
He'll be fresh off his visit to Tulsa. Pirates taking on Tulsa tonight in basketball. Can they bounce back? They need a bounce back game in the worst way.
Cool, neat story.
Pirates need to bounce back. Can they do it tonight in Oklahoma?
On the road, I don't like the chances. And I also don't like that the spread has gone up 1.5 since yesterday.
Also scheduled for Wednesday, Bryce Williams. My buddy Big Bryce.
We'll go outdoors.
We will go outdoors with Big Bryce. It's been a while since I've been on with Bryce, so this will be good. It's like reunion shows all of a sudden. A great show yesterday. In case you missed, it's archived online. Ellerby, Brian Bailey, Molly, David Glenn. This has been a strong week right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not hosting daily like you used to.
I know.
So, I mean, it is a reunion tour.
Yeah, you're right.
If you think
I'm
about
here,
it.
but not here all the time.
No.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy.
It's good to get my hands dirty again like this.
Yeah.
So. Miss this. All right. We were talking earlier about the Duke situation. Okay. Duke, man, just kind of laying an egg at the end of the game against Virginia.
Happy for our guy, Jaden Gardner.
Yeah. And it brought back the memories of when I had a chance to talk to Coach K after a game. It was after the East Carolina game in Cameron Indoor. It was kind of cool being able to get a question in.
Was this 2013?
I have to go back and look at the year. I need Shirley. CJ, I need you answering the phones from now on and letting Shirley produce.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Shirley, let CJ answer the phones while he's back there, and you stick with me. It's hard. Old habits are hard to break, aren't they?
Just aggravating.
All right. What year was that when East Carolina played Duke last?
This was 2013.
2013. So it's been 9 years since we've had this moment together.
Yeah, I knew.
Me and Coach K.
I knew that Akeem Richmond was on that team, so I knew it had to be around those years.
Pirates battled tough. Gave him went down to the wire. Came up a little short, but had Duke scared. And at that time, I was wondering, man, this is a fun little game right here. Why doesn't East Carolina and Duke play more often? I asked Coach K that very question. If that was a possibility, here's how that sounded.
Is there any interest in scheduling East Carolina and future seasons? You know, it's tough for us to schedule. They keep adding Big Ten Challenge teams to the conference. You know, unless they add, you know, like when we play, you know, we got to play a little bit out of our area. because of our national thing. But right now that's not in the plan. But we respect the heck out of East Carolina. Over these last number of years since Terry took over there, the whole level. Not that it was always good, but Terry and his wife and their team have made it even bigger. I love the East Carolina fans. For years we have a place out in Emerald Isle, and some of the greatest people in the world are East Carolina fans, and I almost gave them a big treat tonight. They would have welcomed me back to the beach and probably given me a few bottles of wine and everything like that. But no, East Carolina's a terrific school, and those kids are good, and they're lucky to have Jeff. I mean, he's one of the better coaches.
All right, wow, what great memories. We respect the heck out of East Carolina. I love the East Carolina fans. Some of the greatest people in the world are East Carolina fans. ECU is a tremendous school. All Coach K's words, not mine. It's got to make you feel good there, Chandler, doesn't it?
Yeah, he said that 9 years ago. He probably doesn't even remember saying
Oh,
that.
stop it. He absolutely, it seems like just yesterday.
If you ran into him, hey, Coach, you remember what you said about East Carolina 9 years ago? Not a clue.
Who are you again?
Yeah, excuse me. Who are you? Yes, I'll take a water.
I bet he feels the same way.
Troy, how are you doing?
Yeah, he comes to the beach now. I'm gonna have to look for him at Emerald Isle next time.
How far are you from there?
He's one of those guys. Sometimes people get out of their place of business. Like you might not, his place of business would be a college court, where you'd recognize him there in an arena. But sometimes you get people outside of where they normally work, and you may not recognize them. Coach K is one of those guys outside of his place of business. He would still be a recognizable guy.
Considering he's one of the greatest college basketball coaches.
No, but he has a unique look to him, like dark hair,
pointy nose.
Yeah, I mean, you would know who Coach K is.
Yeah.
It would just stand out, is my point. Even with a hat, I think you'd know who Coach K is. I've never seen him wear a hat, but if he put on a hat, I think you'd know who he was.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
It's Coach K, for God's sake.
I know. I think he'd be cool to hang out with.
He seems kind of boring.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, he did say, I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but he did mention wine instead of...
You're not a wine guy?
No, man.
You're a beer guy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wine,
Wine's
Coach K, really?
tea.
Lame.
Yeah. What else we got going on? We got Igoe coming up in mere moments. What else do we have? I feel like I'm forgetting something this hour.
I don't know. You're the host.
other two breaks.
Oh, okay. Let me think.
You do know we have breaks
This
to get
is
to.
why you're the executive producer, Shirley. You're the...
I told you.
Yeah, you know,
I
like
said
how a
you
head
went
coach...
long with Packer. You're going to have to take
All right,
some breaks
you know
here.
how a head coach has like a get-back guy, on the sideline to keep everybody straight?
I ain't got time for
You're
that.
my get-back gal.
I ain't got time for that.
You got to get me back and get me on a timeout.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Come on, get back, girl. Get me back on track.
We've got to hear from our great advertisers.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Get ready to hook up with Steve and Igoe right after this. Winslow's Deli and Tavern is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner and the famous brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater with the best selection of beers around. Come eat, drink, and watch your favorite sporting event with daily drink specials. Winslow's is also taking Valentine's reservations, so bring your special someone for a fun evening on the town with an exclusive dinner buffet with seating at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. For more information, visit Winslow's Deli on Facebook or Instagram. When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 53,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Troy.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Welcome back to the show. Good to be here with you, filling in for Clip Rock. Clip will rejoin us later this week. Joining me in studio, our old pal Stephen Igoe from HoistTheColors.net. Stephen, how are you and the family?
The family? We're good. We're good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Yeah. Doing good. Good to see you, man. I haven't had a chance to talk to you on the air in a while, so.
It has been a while since we've had an on-air conversation.
We chit-chat off-air often.
Right.
But, it's good to speak with you on air. How's Slater doing?
He's doing good. He's in the care of my mother. I left him at the house, so she's watching him. She just retired from Vidant, so she is, now on Slater duty for a while.
All right. You think you'll have any more children?
I would say there's a good possibility.
Good
I mean,
it's going
nothing's
so good right now.
Yeah.
All right. I will pay you $1,000 cash if you have another child and it's a boy and you name it Screech. $1,000.
I think it's going to have to be a little bit more than $1,000.
All right. What's your number?
Well, you're going to have to talk to Erica, my wife, to
$5,000 and it's named Screech.
$5,000 Mike can work.
All right, we'll have to talk about that. Wouldn't that be awesome to have Slater and Screech in the family?
I don't know if it would be awesome for them. It'd be awesome for me to collect that $5,000.
That'd be fantastic.
Check.
I'd have a friend that has kids, the Slater and Screech. Oh, that'd be fantastic. I would love that. All right, we'll talk to her and see what she says.
Yeah, she's going to be making that decision now.
Right. So. At least run it up the flagpole.
All right.
It's so
we'll get her in studio and you can ask her.
So you're saying there's a chance.
A minuscule chance, depending on how willing the bidder is going to go.
I like it. All right. What was I going to talk to you? We got a lot of stuff to talk to you about. We were setting up the hour. We'll talk a little ECU football. Of course, there was some off the field news last week. We'll recap that. Still recruiting going on. This new the recruiting deal has all changed because National Signing Day was last week, but nobody really cares because everybody really signs
in December.
So I don't even know why they have 2 signing days anymore. Just have a National Signing Day, and then after that, anybody can sign whenever they want.
We can get into it, but I mean, it's taken the luster, especially for a school like East Carolina. Like if you're, Alabama or LSU, there's always a 5-star, a couple 4-star stragglers out there, but for the most part, I think it's like 90% of the kids sign in December. So it's almost like this is more a transfer portal season than high school recruiting season.
We'll talk ECU football. We'll talk ECU baseball as the Pirates are on the verge of another season. High expectations there. We had a big announcement in the beginning of the program. If you missed it, we'll recap that concerning ECU baseball. Also, ECU basketball. We'll let you give us a pep talk and explain how the Pirates are going to turn it around. We got a lot to cover with Igoe. We'll take a break. We'll go into hour 3 and do it all when we return right after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at A.J. Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
If you like the look, if you like the style, you'll love it for less at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We make it so easy to bring style and beauty to every room in your home. And today, get store-wide savings on brands you love with hundreds in stock and ready for you. Pamper yourself on a new Serta Arctic mattress and get 2 free Arctic pillows. Plus, 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary?
That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ Dance Party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. And the combination of their local team's experience and their wide offerings of products from standard conventional government and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Troy.
All right, thank you, Shirley, as we roll on here in Hour 3. All the bigs on the show today. Man, we got Newey Scruggs, Mark Packer, Stephen Igoe. Quite a lineup right there.
It's been a while since I heard you say Igoe along with
I know. I used to do that all the time. So that was Chandler bringing that up. So. Yeah. You'll be Igoe with us for the full hour.
Indeed.
Good to see you again, man. How you been?
I feel like we just had this.
I know. Well, people are tuning in.
New hour, right?
New hour, new show,
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Have you ever thought about having another kid? No, I'm just kidding. Just joking. You'll have to go back and listen to the last segment. You want to hear that great comedy. Stephen, ECU football, we'll start there.
Let's do it.
It is technically the off season.
There is no off season.
There is really no off season, you're right. But this is not the time of year you want to be making headlines, correct?
Definitely not.
Yeah. Tough news for the program with the indefinite suspension of wide receiver C.J. Johnson last week. And, the Pirates, unfortunately, these things happen with a football. Anytime you have, 120 guys on the team, there's going to be problems that happen. When it happens to one of your stars, it becomes big-time news.
Yeah, and it was just, I think there was an incident that obviously led to the suspension, but just talking with the people, it seems like there's been kind of an ongoing theme with C.J. Johnson that there's been little things adding up here or there over the course of his career at ECU. And, we both know C.J. I've had a good relationship with him. You guys at Power Radio obviously have as well. So, I don't think it's like he doesn't care about ECU and being a member of the team. It's just at times he kind of has an immature side, and that seems to have caught up with him from everything I've gathered. So he has been suspended, and it's something where he's going to have to work very hard from everything I've heard about getting on the right track to come back to the team and really earning the team's respect, the locker room's respect, the coaching staff's trust back. It's gonna be a long road. It's not gonna be easy. And everybody that says that, oh well, this is just your off-season suspension to get it out of the way and then to bring it back. No, this is there's a legitimate chance he might not return. He's got to work his way back. So this is nothing. There's no soft punishment here. It's going to be something that he's going to really have to work for to get back.
Well, as you mentioned, we know CJ. I have not had a chance to talk with him since this news broke, so I don't know where his head is on this stuff. I would love to get a chance to find out, hey, man, one, your side of the story, and then two, where are you going forward? How dedicated are you to, not just this program, but just to getting everything straight for you? And if it's not here, you still got to get straight if you go somewhere else, because you can't have the same bad habits at another school, because the same stuff's going to happen. So, this is a real chance for him to hopefully, kind of get straight, because he's got incredible talent, but it's only potential if he doesn't get everything in order, and he'll never achieve his potential.
Yeah, legitimately, I mean, as a freshman, he looked like a, bona fide NFL receiving prospect. In the last 2 years, there have been inconsistencies with his games. Now, I mean, there are some things that he does well as a player. There's some things he has to improve on, but I think it stems from, if he 100% was focused, mature, and all that stuff every single day at practice, I think he would put a much more consistent product on the field, and we just haven't seen that the last 2 years. But, you look at it, maybe it takes hitting rock bottom in order to bounce back the right way, because I think there have been some things done behind the scenes to try and get him on the more correct path more consistently. And there are times he's been really good, and then for whatever reason he'll lapse and go back down the wrong path. But maybe this is the wake-up moment for him. And if it's not, then maybe he could transfer somewhere else. But like you said, there's going to be the same issues arising.
I told someone today that's involved with the program directly, and I said, man, if you could take the heart, effort, and work ethic of Tyler Snead and put that in CJ's body, then combine the two, like CJ's physical attributes and Tyler Snead's, heart and grit and determination and work ethic, you'd have probably one of the top players in the country, because Tyler has it right. He just doesn't have, he's smaller, right? He's not as big. He's fighting an uphill battle because of his physical stuff, but that doesn't mean he still can't make it. He's just a smaller guy. Where CJ has all the physical components, but he doesn't have it technically put together yet in the inside. But we're at the ACU baseball banquet this past weekend, and we hear from a lot of the players, current and former, that talk about what a wreck they were, and how the coach gives them kind of a last chance to get things straight, or they're going to be cut from the team. And they look at that as the defining moment in their life, where they get things put together. And a lot of these guys go on to the major leagues after that. They went from they'll never play again in baseball to they got their stuff together and went on to MLB. I kind of, as I said, this is that time for CJ right here. He needs, if he can get it together, and I'm pulling for him. I am a CJ Johnson fan. I want him to get it together. I want him to do it for him. I love him to have a rebound for, his reputation in the university. And as we said, he's a great kid, personality wise. I don't think he's got a mean bone in his body, but he's got to get it together if he's going to be successful, especially in life. Especially on the football field.
There are two ways, a guy can respond from a situation like this. I mean, you can either, to take it some words from an old ECU coach, you can look adversity, square in the eyes and punch it in the jaw, or you can crumble and let it define you. So I mean, that's what CJ Johnson's facing right now, and I don't know the exact steps he's got to go through to get back to the ECU football team and to get back in the good graces of the coaching staff and his teammates, but hopefully this is something that will light a fire under him rather than, continue to send him further down the wrong path. Yeah. So that's just something CJ and his inner circle are going to have to determine how they want to handle it going forward and how he responds to it.
Stephen Igoe join us in studio for Hour 3 here of PRL. Troy D hosting today. And Stephen, any other football news and notes going on right now? That it seems like the recruiting has wrapped up officially this year. Do they still have a spot or two left for any potential transfer?
So yeah, there's basically all the high school recruiting is done. It's now looking at the transfer market, and over the past week, they have actually added 2 offensive line transfers. Justin Redd, who is an All-American offensive tackle from Norfolk State, who will come to ECU, and also an all-conference tackle from Marist College. So 2 FCS players, but you combine those 2 guys with West Virginia transfer Parker Moore, who was added in December, and you have now 3 offensive line transfers entering the program. 2 of those guys have multiple years of eligibility remaining. Redd only has 1, but again, he was an FCS All-American, probably a plug-and-play guy right away if he gets in the summer and hits the ground running. So we always talk about, Troy, the offensive line is such an issue with the ECU football team. Well, I feel like the staff has done everything they could to address that in the portal. You've got key guys coming back. You've added guys in the portal. You've got a handful of guys who are young and are developing as underclassmen. So I think they're trying to hit the offensive line from every angle, because you can simply never have enough of those guys. I mean, they're always, no matter what the numbers are at the beginning of the fall, you lose them to injury. Like, they felt pretty good about the unit last year, and by the 3rd game, they had 2 or 3 tackles out for the year, and another guy hurt. So it's a constant attrition battle that you're fighting up front. You need as many guys as possible.
Where are the Pirates now in the receiving room? Because as you head into the bowl game that didn't happen, the Pirates were stacked. I mean, since then you've had 1 star leave to go pursue his interest in the NFL. You've had another, as we just talked about, off the field suspension. He could be potentially gone for good. Who knows? You've had some graduate. You know what?
Yeah.
You've lost a lot of guys that you weren't necessarily projecting to lose, and that was a room that was very deep at the time. Where are they now?
That's the big question. I mean, honestly, it's going into the offseason, you felt pretty good about the receiver room because everybody I talked to expected Tyler Snead back. And again, we all wish the best for Tyler Snead, but he left 2 years of eligibility on the table to probably be an undrafted free agent in the NFL. So
I really thought he'd come back for at least 1 more year.
I think everybody,
especially the Holden coming back, and that's kind of stunned me a little bit.
I think and not to get into too much of what Holden's feeling, but with CJ's suspension and now with Tyler going to the NFL, you wonder what his mindset is. But you look at the receiver position, we'll see what happens with CJ. But with Tyler not coming back, you're losing your most consistent offensive skill player. He was always that 3rd down guy, always going to catch it if it was a catchable ball. Audio Matosho has graduated, so you're losing your top 3 receivers.
Yeah.
You look at the rest of the offense, you've got Holden Ayler's back, you've got Rajay and Keaton back at running back. Tight ends, you've got Ryan Jones and Shane Calhoun back. We just talked about the offensive line, so now it's like everything is set. But what's going to happen at receiver? Now, they have a ton of young receivers. They brought in another transfer in Jalen Johnson from Georgia. And they're still talking to some guys in the portal at receiver. But a lot of it is going to come down to developing guys in the program now that honestly haven't played a whole lot to this point, have talent, but can they get to the point where they're making plays on Saturdays?
Now, I've heard some great stuff about the kid out of Georgia that transferred, but I've heard great stuff about kids before that are from big-time programs, so I take that with a little bit with a grain of salt and see how
it's always wait and see.
Yeah, perform here. I'm excited that for the potential they have, but will it turn into reality?
Yeah, that's the thing that we just don't know. And we're talking. The one thing I do like about Jalen Johnson, who's coming from Georgia, is a lot of these guys that typically come from, there's been some Clemson transfers. There's been some other Alabama transfers. Nigel Knott a few years ago didn't work out.
DJ Ford come from Tar Heels last
North
year.
Carolina. Yeah. Like, a lot of these guys that don't work out typically are highly recruited out of high school, kind of come from the mindset of, all right, I'm transferring down to ECU. Now I'm going to have a starting spot locked up, or they're going to hand it to me. Well, this guy was a walk-on at Georgia. And to make it as a walk-on at Georgia, you got to be really, really good. You got to work your tail off. So he's a guy that's had to work for everything. He was on a national championship team as a special teams guy and a backup receiver. So to me, his work ethic shouldn't be a problem. And I think he'll come in here busting his tail, which is often the issue with the transfers. They're in the portal because either they have an attitude problem, discipline reasons, or they just don't want to work for playing time in many cases. Not all cases, but in many cases. Whereas this guy, he's graduated from Georgia. He's played 4 years. He won a championship. Now he just wants to go play. And I think he's going to come to ECU and work for that. So I think that's a positive.
Absolutely. All right, so that could be a big plus in the receiver room.
Yeah, and he's got size. He's 6'2", 195. At worst, he'll be a really good special teams player and contribute at receiver. Whether he becomes a number one go-to guy, I don't know. They got some other really young receivers in the room that I think have talent. They brought in 3 transfers last year who kind of developed. So there's no shortage of numbers.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. This spring will be crucial for all those guys.
All right, let's get ECU football report right there. Let's talk ECU basketball. Pirates back at it tonight at Tulsa. And, man, this team is just, without Brandon Suggs, has not been the same, has, fallen to pieces in many ways. What, is it
bad.
him or is it something else that's going on?
Well, I think it's a combination. I think Brandon Suggs' absence does have definitely something to do with it. He's such a glue player. He's not great at any one thing, but he's so good at everything in terms of rebounding, just finding ways to score. I think he's a pretty good leader. I think that's something this team kind of struggles with is player leadership, and with him out, I think they've struggled with that. And so when things get bad, they get really bad. Like there's no 1 minute bad stretch. It's like a 5 minute bad stretch, or as we see now, a 6-game losing streak. They just haven't been able to get out of this. And the effort the past 2 games has been, you don't want to make this statement, but so many times, but I feel like the effort has not been there from a lot of the guys. The Temple game at home, Joe Dooley said it himself. They were more enthusiastic, energetic, brought the energy more. And the Tulane game was much of the same, especially early. And that's where you saw Joe Dooley go to his bench and bring in a bunch of freshmen. So, when you're having some effort or defensive issues that are based upon not closing out, not running to the ball effort, that's when it becomes concerning. So 6 straight losses. At this point, you're unfortunately playing to get out of the basement. Tulsa also in the basement. This is the battle for last place tonight. And if I told you to, all right, could you guess what Tulsa's all-time record versus ECU basketball is? Tulsa's a solid program.
All right, how many times have they played?
They have played 26 times.
26. So ECU versus Tulsa. I'd say Tulsa has won 18 of those.
23-3. Tulsa is 23-3 all time against ECU, which is
Tulsa Golden Hurricane, the old bugaboo.
Yep, they have beaten ECU 8 straight times. So the Pirates could make a statement tonight, Troy, on ESPN Plus.
They could take the monkey off the back and slam it on the ground, and
they could break a lot of streaks tonight. 6-game losing streak, 8-game losing streak to Tulsa. It's just been. It's crazy because I don't know if you were in Minji's the UCF game that started this entire losing streak, but man, the place was buzzing that night. Mm-hmm. They were dominant in the first half. Minji's was going crazy,
and it was coming off the big win against
over Memphis.
So you had some momentum,
tons of momentum. 20-point lead and just collapsed, and they have not been able to get out of it. And I've never seen a program unable to sustain success like ECU basketball. I mean, it's just. I don't know if if it's truly the Indian burial ground underneath Minji's like we talk about or what, but it's so frustrating to kind of see transpire year in and year out.
It's been tough, and there's folks that have been here longer than me, but I've been covering this thing now for 3 decades, and there's great moments at times, but it's never sustained, and it's never, it has just been a battle. And I always thought of all the programs to turn around. Football's got the most players. That might be the hardest. Basketball's only 5 guys that play. I always thought, man, if you got to turn around a program the quickest, could you
get a couple guys?
Get a couple hot guys that just want a chance to put their name on the map and say, I did this. I put East Carolina on the map. We just haven't been able to, and I think they've had some good players come through here.
Right.
But we just haven't been able to put all the pieces together at the same time.
Well, look at Jaden Gardner. He's
another example.
Arguably your best player in school history in terms of production. And, he was part of the Virginia team that won at Duke last night, has gotten better as the season has gone on. So it's just like when they've had those players, they haven't been able to capitalize or put the team around those players. And I don't know, man. It's tough to figure out because, you look at Joe Dooley, he's in year 4 of his 5-year contract, and they just haven't been able to make any progress in the league in terms of victories. And Joe Dooley is a phenomenal basketball coach, and he's put together great coaching staffs, and they still have not been able to figure it out. So
it's always worried me because I felt like, and Joe Dooley works hard.
Oh, there's
I mean, the knock on Lebo, was, let's be honest, Lebo was lazy. He didn't recruit. He didn't really work hard. He had a little bit of success early on, and then once he got his contract, he just put it on cruise control. Joe Dooley works hard.
He's a grinder.
I don't think anybody would argue that. And I've seen you, I think, right about his future, because this is kind of a pivotal year for Joe Dooley. As you mentioned, he's only got 1 year left on his contract.
Right.
Hasn't been, as far as I know, offered an extension yet. What is the future of Joe Dooley with ECU basketball?
Well, I mean, I think it's a legitimate question, and I tweeted it out. And this is something I've talked about on Hoist the Colors and even Pirate Radio in the past. This was always going to be a big year for Dooley, win or lose. So, people can say the season is lost or whatever. They still have something to play for down the stretch. If they go out and win tonight, they're above 500, and they haven't had a winning season since the CIT run. So there's still a lot to play for from an overall record standpoint, move up in the league standings. But with 7 regular season games left, I mean, you do wonder about Coach Dooley's in year 4 or 5. Like I said, he's owed a $250,000 longevity bonus on July 1st, 2022. So
which means if he is still the coach on July 1st of this year, he gets that bonus.
$250,000 bonus, and that is a steep bonus. He's also set to make $1 million in terms of his actual salary next year. Now his base salary is $400,000. The other $600,000 comes from Pirate Club and IMG and all that stuff. So ECU financially could buy out the last year of his contract for $400,000 just to get rid of the final year of his deal. Or if they want to employ him, basically you're going to pay him $1.25 million for a final year, and you don't really want to go into a lame duck year, as it's termed in the coaching business, of the final year of his deal, because then you can't really recruit, you can't hire.
So really, the decision, you really kind of at the end of the season, you either need to give him an extension, or I guess you need to let him go.
I would think
is the decision ECU is going to have to make.
I would look at it that way. If you're trying to be as if you're trying to do the right thing,
doing nothing's not a great option, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't want to just let to me, there's too much money there and uncertainty to just pay out the final year of his deal and see how it goes. I think even if you just offer him a 1 year extension or 2 years based on how this season finishes, let's say they get hot and make a run and rattle off some wins, there are some winnable games left on the schedule, then you feel better about next year's roster coming back, the core of it coming back. But if you just let it linger, then I just think that's not going to help anybody out.
Yeah. All right, some things to keep an eye on for ECU basketball. ECU, I'll tell you what, why don't we take a break? I'm going to practice good break management this hour, Shirley. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk ECU baseball when we return. We'll recap our big announcement, if you missed it, as we open the show concerning ECU baseball. Also, talk about what's going on with Hoist the Colors, what you guys are writing about lately. Saw a good article about Skip. We'll recap that.
Yeah.
Skip was on the Brian Bailey show earlier this week. We'll have some of the highlights about that and his future when we return. A lot more to go. Stephen Igoe with us. Hour 3 rolls on right after this.
What's the big deal? Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
Mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find a location near you. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Troy.
Welcome back in. A couple things. One, let's do a booty bag at the end of this segment, Shirley. Don't let me forget. It's on you if we forget.
And why is that?
Because as executive producer of the show, let's make sure you remind me to do a booty bag.
You've got a pen. You can write it down.
What? You're the executive producer.
What am I supposed to do? Interrupt your segment and say, hey, Troy, at the end of this segment, don't forget we got booty back.
Yes, as we're going to break, if I forget, say, Troy. Chandler, you know what? Chandler.
Well, no. Here's what you do.
As assistant executive producer, will you remind me at the end of the segment in case I forget?
What Shirley needs to do is say or do. When you say let's go to break, you just hit the music.
There you go. Yeah, I just need, as a producer, I need you to help me out.
You're not helping.
See, good coaching surround themselves. Good coaches with other good assistants.
Not helping. Not helping, Chandler.
A good head coach is only as good as
you're enabling the coach to deflect and delegate responsibility.
Make the show better, Shirley.
I make it better because I'm here.
So remind me.
Much less
for
doing
the
all
listeners,
the things.
I'm trying to do it for our family, the listeners, to give something away.
Yeah, it's called, you got a pen right there in your hand. Write down,
booty
bag,
what are we giving away? What are we giving away today?
We're giving a $15 gift card to Familia.
All right, so if we don't give it away, this is on Shirley, folks. I'm trying to make someone a winner here today.
No, he just wants to throw me under the bus. That's what
I'm giving you a chance to remind me is what I'm saying.
Oh, you're giving me a chance.
Work with me here. It's a big team. Be part of the team, Shirley. Quit being so selfish. All right. What's your favorite Super Bowl food? Are you pumped up for the Super Bowl, Igoe?
I am. I think it's a good game. I don't have a real rooting interest for either side, so I can enjoy the game. I don't have to pull against the Patriots. I don't have to pull against the Chiefs as a Denver Broncos fan. So I am going to enjoy the game. Favorite Super Bowl food? Probably wings. I mean, it's hard to beat wings.
Yeah, you look like a wings guy.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you're just kind of, I'm not saying you're plain or boring. I'm just saying I projected if I had a guess.
Right. What's your favorite?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I have to think about that.
You look kind of like a meatball guy.
No, you know what? I'm not a meatball guy at all.
Really?
In life, I'm not a meatball guy. I like meat sauce, like on spaghetti.
Okay.
But I don't like meatballs.
I feel like
not anti-meatball. It's just not my thing.
I mean, you've got pizza.
Pizza's all right.
Meatballs,
do
wings.
Pizza anytime.
Like, what other Super Bowl foods are there? Chips and dip.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'd love a good nugget tray.
Yeah, nugget trays.
But a place I'd want to get a nugget tray might be closed on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
I could crush a nugget tray from the Sunday place.
It's amazing how much you crave those things when they're closed.
I know, man. There should be one there should be like just one open on a Sunday.
Right. Especially on a Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, like they should have like this is a great idea. This is a freebie for Chick-fil-A right here. Pick like 4 Sundays a year you're open for.
Yeah.
And it would be a special event. People would go I mean, could you imagine? All right, so Super Bowl Sunday could be one of the Sundays you're open for. I mean, they would absolutely murder it there.
I mean, it needs to happen. I think about how much money they're leaving on the table.
Then pick like around the July 4th weekend,
right?
Like, going into like right after that a Sunday there you open up, where a lot of people have time off. Just an idea for Chick-fil-A. This is just a multi-million, if not $1 billion idea. I just presented to them for free. Ad agencies charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for this type of stuff.
For your expertise, yeah.
What's the guy's name that owns Chick-fil-A? What's his last name?
I don't know.
I see him like when you walk in there. You guys know his name? I don't know his. He's like in every Chick-fil-A. He's hanging in. Like they got his picture up. I just want to something Kathy Trudy or.
So you're not getting him confused with Ronald McDonald?
No. Is it Kathy? Kathy's like his last name, I think. God,
you seem to be the only
person breaking news, boys. Get on it. Who owns
Andrew Kathy?
Kathy, I said. See, I had Kathy.
You were right. You were right.
Thank you.
Had it the whole way.
Thank you, Chandler.
Andrew Kathy.
You're doing a great job.
Is he really in every
executive
Chick-fil-A?
producer? Yeah, they used to have like his image and like the little story of Chick-fil-A. Maybe since they've remodeled.
I don't ever go inside. The drive-thru is usually so efficient. So.
Yeah.
Andrew Kathy is the son of current CEO Dan Kathy and grandson of founder Truett Kathy.
Truett Kathy. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
All right. I remember growing up in Raleigh. There was a mall called North Hills. North Hills Mall was a great mall. It is now doesn't really exist. It's where I don't know. There's like a hotel on this. There's a whole. It's been developed. It's all this.
There's a lot of like restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants, shopping. Yeah,
I've been down there.
It's a nice area. It has a new name. I forget what the hell they call it. But anyway, the Renaissance Hotel is in the vicinity there. But they used to have one of the only Chick-fil-A's in Raleigh was in the North Hills Mall. And I remember that back in the day, growing up like in the 80s, you could go there and they'd always have a person with a tray with the Chick-fil-A nuggets with this toothpicks in each one. And it would be free samples.
Free nuggets?
Kind of like a Sam's Club gives away food sampling. Chick-fil-A was ahead of the time. That is how they got their food out there. And I think they did that at every Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A started in malls. And there were no freestanding Chick-fil-A's back in the day. You had to go to the mall. There were no drive-thrus like for your lazy butts to go through. But I would love to go. It would be awesome to go there because as a kid, you grab 3 or 4 of those things. They're pretty good.
Yeah, was there a limit?
Well, I mean, I think, there wasn't a rule, but...
They're like, man, you got too many.
Yeah. But they would always give away free nuggets.
Right.
They'd always have someone out there, and it was the best.
They're making enough
money. And
I
think that is how that really built their brand because, these things are pretty good. Let me go get some of these. But I don't think they do that anymore.
Now they can't even...
No, they can't. Well, now you don't need to.
Yeah.
Everybody's had the Nuggets.
I hate to announce, but Samuel Truitt Caffey is dead and has been dead since 2014.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
It says here that, of course, he invented the food restaurant Chick-fil-A, but it says here that he is credited with being the inventor of the chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Before that, they only had like hamburger places.
So he took bread and a piece of chicken.
Wait, no one had a chicken sandwich before that.
Oh my God!
What a great idea! If no one had a chicken sandwich, somebody's got to be the first to do everything.
And
what year was that? Probably the 60s?
1946.
40s, okay.
I'm sure somebody did it before then.
But did that,
they probably just didn't.
They didn't get credit.
Yeah.
They didn't take it
or whatever.
They didn't take it to the people. But maybe someone's grandma made a chicken sandwich somewhere along the line.
I'm going to say there's a good chance they did.
But in the 40s, that was revolutionary.
Right. Still stands tall to this day.
Yeah. All right.
Nice free advertising for Chick-fil-A.
I know. Well, we're friends with those guys. They'll do some stuff with us occasionally. Ben Dixon, Abbott D's, are you listening? We'll call that one a freebie. All right, we'll just get back on track. All right, Stephen Igoe here. I'm Troy D. Let's talk ECU baseball. We had made the big announcement earlier today. Our Pirate Radio Players Lounge is returning on Monday. We have signed a new crop of Pirate Radio athletes, exclusive to Pirate Radio. You'll hear them every Monday. We have Bryson Worrell, Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles, and Carson Wisenhunt. Those are our 5 athletes that we're going to be hearing from each and every week on Monday's PRL. Pretty jacked about that, and pretty excited about the start of the season 1 week from Friday.
Yeah, got to know all those guys really well since they got to ECU. Bryson is a 5th-year player, and so he's been through the wars, the highs and lows. Zach, the Agnos family, it seems like we've been talking to the Agnoses for years now. You hate to hear about the tragedy with the loss of their father, but Zach was amazing at Media Day. CJ doesn't say a whole lot in my brief time with him, but man, he's just a gamer, and you guys can probably get him to open up a little bit. Ryder is one of the best interviews on the team, slick fielding shortstop, so looking forward to seeing what he has to say. And Carson Wisenhunt has the chance to be a really high draft pick in this coming summer's draft, and all the talent in the world. He's just got to stay focused. I sound like Cliff Godwin.
I know. You've really taken the coaching. Steven, I just want you to get 1% better every show.
We just need Carson Wisenhunt to stay focused on the task at hand. Ignore the poison that you guys will offer him on Pirate Radio.
It's not poison. It's more dessert. But and it's not just us. He's getting praise all over the place. But it is still potential. It doesn't mean anything if you don't go out and get it done this year.
Yeah, there's been guys with talent who don't fulfill their potential, and there's been guys that have exceeded their potential. And so, Carson, I think based off what we saw last year, though, he's going to be just fine, especially if he pitches with the demeanor he pitched with in the Super Regional against Jack Leiter. He really matched him for about 5 innings before I think he just got tired and ran out of gas. But you don't find too many lefties who throw 93 to 95 with a deadly changeup and a sharp breaking ball. So he's got a chance to really go high if he has the year he's capable of having.
The excitement level for ECU baseball with the fans seems like at all time. I don't ever remember ECU baseball season tickets selling out. I don't ever remember the ECU banquet has never sold out as quick as it has. Just all the things that fans can participate in are at an all-time high right now.
3 consecutive regional hosts over the last 3 full seasons, and you look at this year's schedule, and it's absolutely stacked. The consistent success Cliff Godwin has had with his program, and I just think it's all added up to every year. People are so proud of this program because it's a winner. People love a winner. Cliff Godwin has brought amazing culture to East Carolina baseball. He's brought reliability, confidence from the fans in terms of, hey, they know when they go to Clark LeClaire Stadium, win or lose, you're going to see guys leave it all on the line. They're going to represent the program the right way. He's got great people in his program, from his assistant coaches to the players. He does it the right way. Now, he's demanding as heck. The players will be the first to tell you that. But at the end of the day, that's what makes the games easier for them, because they put so much pressure on those guys all fall, all preseason. Even when they're out there scrimmaging in 25-degree weather. I'm sure it's miserable, but they make them do it because it toughens them up mentally, and that's kind of the key to this whole thing.
Yeah,
Cliff Godwin.
The whole boot camp kind of off season.
Yeah,
they really it's half like kind of football training, half military training. What these guys go through.
It's no joke, man. It's I've never been out there for it firsthand, but just watching the videos and hearing the stories, and
it's too early.
It's too early, too cold, too miserable. But I mean, I think truly when we talk about this too with ECU football, it's become, you know, more of a family in terms of the former players. They want to come back to game day. They want to be a part of the program. But it really is that way, like no other sport at ECU with baseball. Like,
it's true.
The former players, they're so proud of the program.
I'd say football's a close second, but it just is
baseball
not
is different,
as tight as baseball is.
And part of that is because I think Cliff played here and he was under LeClaire. But even before him, it's always been that way. It's just taken to another level because the pride, the passion about ECU baseball, and people can just say, "Oh, well, it's college baseball. How important can it be?" But around here, man, it's as important as anything. And there's nothing like I won't say there's anything like college baseball at ECU in February because it's still not very fun to me to go out there when it's 45 degrees. But come spring, come April and May, going out to Clark LeClaire Stadium with 4,000 people in the stands for like a Saturday game versus whoever. It could be UCF, St. Mary's, whatever. It's awesome to be hanging out in the jungle, taking part in that atmosphere. It's just a special place to be.
All right, you want the good news or bad news?
Give me the bad news first.
Oh, come on, man. Be positive.
All right, good news. Let's go.
All right. The good news is my weather thing goes to about Thursday. So this is the day before, not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Right.
So I am 2 Thursdays out. So once again, if you're listening at home, it's not this Thursday. It's the Thursday before baseball season starts, which would be what?
9 days?
Yeah.
From now?
High temperature, 70 degrees that day. But 30% chance of rain. And I don't have Friday yet. Okay. So, I mean, you know, Friday, it's just crazy around here.
Low or high 30.
Yeah, it could be snowing on that day, Friday. But at least the day before, it's going to be warm. So maybe that's a good indication for what could happen Friday.
That's a good sign. Like you said, weather, Eastern North Carolina, always unpredictable. We know Cliff Godwin does not care about the weather, but the fans care about the weather.
Do we? I don't know, man. What is Cliff?
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
He sounds kind of vague to me on that. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's accurate, Stephen.
Yeah, we might have to ask him again on game week what he thinks about.
He's coming in Monday.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, we'll talk to him Monday.
Ask him the starting rotation. Ask him the weather. What's the starting lineup?
Yeah, the usual stuff.
Just ask those 1, 2, 3. The first 3 questions.
Get them out of the way. I'll tell you what. This weekend's gonna be nice. Friday, sunny skies, 66 high. Saturday, sunny, 70 degrees.
Why can't we just open the season this week?
It is looking good. I'm loving this sun with no clouds for the next few days. We need some sun around here. I'm vitamin D deficient.
Might have to roll out to Clark LeClaire Stadium just for the scrimmages with that type of weather.
Yeah, it's going to be nice next couple days. All right, let's take a time out. As we do for our family.
Booty, 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 booty,
the
booty,
Pirate Radio family.
Booty, 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 booty,
Let's make you a winner right now. We'll do caller 12. 317-1250. 317-1250. Caller 12 is getting $15 from us to use at Familia in Winterville. What a great restaurant. They've got awesome dishes, awesome pizza, especially if you love New York style pizza like I do. It's my favorite. You can go there for free on us, at least $15 worth. 317-1250. If you have not won this month, you are eligible for our booty bag. We'll be back right after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
What's up? This is Bryson Worrell, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Brandon Manning, who won the $15 gift card courtesy of Familia. Familia is your place for great Italian food. They have just launched a new menu, too. They feature new pizzas like the sweet and spicy, the Southwest chicken, and more. Stop in Familia on Wednesdays for half-price wine, and all drafts every Thursday are only $2. Familia is located on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Troy.
Thank you, Shirley. Congratulations to Brandon Manning. Former Pirates baseball player. How ironic he'd win on this day. With our big announcement with the ECU baseball Pirate Radio athletes.
I was wondering.
Yeah. Boy, pretty sunset out there. Look at that out there.
Yeah.
Window,
It's beautiful.
To your left. It's pretty nice, Tom. It is getting longer. The days are getting longer. We're about a month away before the time changes, Igoe.
Troy's getting less sad as each day goes by.
Can't wait for the sun to return. All right, you had a good article about Skip Holtz today on Hoist the Colors. It was kind of based off
had good source material.
Yeah, Brian Bailey had on the Brian Bailey show. If you missed it on Pirate Radio, he interviewed Skip for the hour. A lot of interesting stuff. First time we've heard from Skip in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said it was his first time on Pirate Radio since he's been here. I don't know if that's...
I swear I thought we've had him on, but maybe not.
Yeah. Just because I think he's coached every single year, unless he was on maybe with Jeff Charles or...
Skip sent me so he left East Carolina, right? And he went to South Florida. It was about like a few weeks later. I got some mail, and it was from Skip, and it was. I meant to ask him about this because I didn't know if it was just him being nice or him just being a smartass. But it was South Florida's football poster.
Right.
And he had personally said to Troy, "Miss you, go Pirates." I still have it, so I need to find it.
You need to find
I need to find it and take a picture of it and put it out there online. But he sent me a personalized South Florida gear, or at least their poster.
Right.
So
should have hung it up on your wall.
Yeah. Go Bulls. Anyway, interesting stuff. We heard from Skip. Shirley, this is cut 5 because Skip is now a coach in the USFL. The Spring League. Do you think this will work?
I don't know.
Others have failed, including the USFL before.
I feel like the most recent Spring Leagues were working until COVID just ravaged everything. So maybe there's a chance. I was into the XFL until COVID put an end to it. So, but I guess so. I don't know, though.
They're trying to get some high-profile coaches in there and have. Here's Skip talking about that.
Oh, there's some really good coaches, and Mike Conley and Hurley, and I mean, there are guys that have been NFL head coaches. There are guys that have been head coaches in college. I think they've got a really good mix of coaches right now, but I think it's going to be very competitive. I mean, it was real formal when we were out in LA, but let me tell you, as we've all started putting our staffs together and competing against each other for the same coaches, it's going to be competitive too now. I mean, everybody's going to. It was real cordial when we were in LA, but when we closed those doors, it became, hey, I'm all about the Birmingham Stallions, and you're all about your team, and I got to do what's best for me. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but some great people and some great coaches, and like I said, there's some really quality players in this league as well. I'm really excited to see what the product's going to look like.
So I'll be curious to watch it, especially knowing Skip and seeing how they do. And heck, there's no other football going on at that time.
That's the thing, and I mean, if Major League Baseball doesn't get us out together, there's gonna be no baseball going on that time. So I mean,
that's a whole nother story.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like these things are always interesting. Like the first week, like everybody tunes in the first week. Like I'll tune in the first game,
absolutely.
But then after that, it's like, are you really gonna be watching like week 4 and week 5 USFL spring football?
You're so right. You're so right.
It's almost like unless you have. I guess Skip Holtz is ECU's connection, so maybe we'll watch for Skip Holtz. But
maybe
unless you have like a player, like former ECU player that's in it, do I really?
That would change my mind on some stuff.
Do you really want to watch the Stallions?
Tyler Snead's out there, I would watch.
Yeah, like if Tyler Snead or Jaquan McMillan's playing in the USFL, I'll watch it. But otherwise, it loses its luster after the first couple of games.
All right, let me get our last break in. We'll get ready to wrap things up with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors when we return right after this. Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com. Winslow's Deli and Tavern is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner and the famous brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater with the best selection of beers around. Come eat, drink, and watch your favorite sporting event with daily drink specials. Winslow's is also taking Valentine's reservations, so bring your special someone for a fun evening on the town with an exclusive dinner buffet with seating at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. For more information, visit Winslow's Deli on Facebook or Instagram.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at AJ Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Ain't gonna lie though, I folded. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York style pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
This is ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. All you have to do is go to YouTube, search for Pirate Radio TV, and subscribe. You can watch shows like Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and the Bud Light pregame tailgate in the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and click on that subscribe button. Now let's head back to the show. Here's Troy.
Man, what a great show today. This has flown by again. The fastest 3 hours on the radio and on video. I can't just say on radio anymore. Half the people watch us on TV.
On the stream.
Yeah. All right, we're on their phone or on a computer. Thanks to Newey Scruggs, who joined us in the Hour 1. Mark Packer, Hour 2. Stephen Igoe with us for Hour 3. Great seeing you, Igoe.
Glad to be back.
Fun.
Yeah.
Good to catch up with you again. A lot of great content, a lot of great ECU information from you. Coming up Wednesday, starting at 3 o'clock. Scheduled to appear, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau. The bigger man on campus, Jeff Charles, voice of the Pirates. And another big man, Used to be on campus, Bryce Williams. So we might have some other folks pop on too, but definitely those three.
A lot of big people.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll call it. It's the big man on campus day. We could have a power rankings, a poll. Who is your favorite big man? They're all important to me. All right, Igoe, we'll see you, I guess, again next week.
Yep.
When Cliff will be here with you. All right, that'll wrap it up for this edition of PRL. Thanks for tuning in wherever you happen to be, and hope you'll join us again tomorrow for another episode. Until then, for the entire crew, I'm Troy D. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following